Welcome back to the Bronzie Breakdown, where the four buds are going to babble their way through everything that happened this week here in the LCS. We're going to go over the broken, the busted, and the bad. I got here with me today. I got Lake, Pendlehaven, Daisy, and myself, Panda. So I'm ready to break this stuff down. Welcome to where the worst of the worst gets to bully the best of the best. So to jump right into it, crazy freaking week in the LCS. I mean, I say crazy. It was pretty standard. Just a bunch of nonsense. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It was.
It
I
was a
honestly
lot of
thought I
nonsense.
thought that day one wasn't horrible, so I was like moderately hopeful for day. But I should know by now. The day
Yeah.
twos are like the worst days.
Welcome to the CLG squad, where hope is a bad thing. Hope for the second day,
I
not
mean,
that
they
much.
they did show definitely the caliber of team that they are.
I would say this was probably more stock central for um like stock standard for what we would expect. Like I don't think there was any games that were played that I'm like, okay, what the just happened? What's going on? I think the teams that were like came in, you'd expect to win, they did. The only ones that were like there was 50-50 games, but I mean, you're going to have those. I don't think there
Yeah,
was any unlike the last week where there's like some teams like that probably shouldn't have been what happened, but all right, sure. I think this week was a little more
yeah.
cut and dry, which was
Well,
nice.
I think the results were.
Yeah, the games themselves maybe
Yeah,
not so much, but yeah, some interesting picks. That's the nice thing, I guess. There's some a few little tidbits in here, like things now that I kind of want to check out and I kind of want to play for myself and see how effective they actually are.
yeah.
There's a couple of those for me as well.
So we'll see. I know exactly which one Penn wants to try. um, next time we play League, I almost guarantee Penn will be playing Shiv top.
I did want to mention, by the way, because we talked about it at the tail end last time around. Yes, Callista Morgana still works, and it works very well.
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. I guess we did play it right after, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, well, yeah. Right after last episode, we did
Like
immediately go
nothing,
into a game and we
nothing's
played it, and it
actually changed.
slapped. It just
Nothing
slapped.
actually changed. We did
Uh,
not destroy lane, like, but like once
but
we
you
didn't lose it either. Like
we didn't lose lane, and then there was literally no recourse
yeah,
um in the fights. I will say I am a bit salty. I did not pick Kog'Maw. Like I know I was going back and forth between Kog'Maw and Vayne for my champion. I didn't pick Kog'Maw. Should have stuck with my gun on that one.
yep. And a bit of vindication for Lake here as well. He
What?
mentioned the Oriana day one. We saw at least one team pull it out, and it was an incredible game.
Yeah.
Yerksen was on it,
Yerksen?
I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
think another
destroyed with that.
person pulled it out too, right? Can't remember. I thought there was two, but there might have been one. But he had some good plays on it. I'm so I'm glad we're seeing some sort of variation in picks right now. I'm trying to figure out what brought Silas back.
Not Corky.
If I had to be
um,
honest, I'm pretty sure what has been bringing Silas back has actually been Renata.
It could Renata, and it could be a lot of the people
as the
playing.
answer into Renata
Well, you're
or
seeing
with
a lot
her.
of good into Renata because you
Okay.
get her ulti. Um,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
but
see
like,
many Silas's into Renatas. That's why I'm
I'm
like,
well,
not
I
sure.
have in other regions.
in other
Why they're
regions,
playing it
yes.
here, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to think it's really just because Sejuani ult is really good.
I mean, I will say that looking at it, right? Um, I I wonder what the ratio transition is on Vi ulti.
Oh, for AP. Cause
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, how
because
much
like
damage does he actually get?
the one Silas game, like it was into Fiora, Vi, Azir, Jinx, Nautilus.
Yeah, which
Like,
I do think is
you're
terrible,
only
by the way.
using
But
it for the Nautilus, and that's still like
well, no,
really.
like you can use it. You could use it for Vi. Like you can if you're 1v1ing the or if you're 1v2 or what have you, right? You can dodge the wall with the Vi ulti because
and
you're immovable on your path in.
then Dig
Yeah.
picking it or into EG with some like LeBlanc and Jinx.
Yeah,
And I
I
mean, Gangplank's okay. Poppy, sure, you can put someone out of it, but like
and
that's
you'd
why I'm
really
like, I
use it
don't
for the overglorified
know.
stun.
Like the
well, let's
Renata
say
thing
that
makes sense, right? But
Yeah,
in the Dignitas game, they were into Renata.
yeah, but I think the Silas was picked before. Yeah, the Silas was picked first in the first 3.
Yeah.
So it was
I
picked
don't know.
before the
Did
Renata.
Alright.
whether he
picked it-
received buffs, I don't know.
Yeah. There had to have been something in the patch because I'm just like, why? Why is he getting such big play again? There's got to be something. Like 100% has to be something that we don't see.
or maybe we're back to once again we're just picking Silas because
Well,
I like
Well, I mean,
it's possible they saw it elsewhere and they're like, yeah, Silas is strong, and they just start picking. Remember, no thoughts, head empty, just
Yeah.
picking it again.
just
You
picking
know,
things. But
I mean, there wasn't there a meta where the Gnar Silas has better Gnar ulti than Gnar.
The current meta is still Gnar.
I mean,
Gnar meta.
effectively, like that's
Still
just
the thing.
true. That's just a fact. I'm just pointing that
What is
out.
that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of the games today had Gnar.
Gnar
I mean,
meta.
And 2 of them were red side Gnar, 3 of them were blue side. Did the Gnars
I mean,
win? Wait. Did all of the Gnars win? Gnar didn't get picked in the final game. Oh no, he did. No, because
TSM
GG
Gnar,
won. GG won, so Dig lost. But
I mean,
TSM
does that count?
It was not Gnar.
That's an asterisk there.
yeah, I mean TSM won with an R. 100 Thieves won with Gnar. EG won with Gnar. Immortals won
Immortals
with
won
Gnar.
with Gnar. Yeah.
All right, so before we really get into the meat of this,
Yeah.
I do want to note TSM. I'm actually quite surprised by their new roster. While they had a
Yeah.
rough day 1, day 2 looked really good comparatively.
Well, I don't really think that day 1. I don't want to sit there and just say it was rough. Like realistically, C9 slapped around. That's just what happened. And I was like, thank God. I was extremely happy that that happened. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but Swain had a really big presence in draft today,
Yes, he did.
whether it be banned or otherwise. It's like, wow. Okay, it took it took a week of a couple teams playing it. People go, huh? Ah, wait, Swain.
I think I'll add him to my roster of champions I'm watching every week to see their pick and ban rate. Because
He had a pretty large presence.
Well, yeah,
I did not have to count Victor at all this week. It felt great.
Because the Swain's like, all right,
Before-
cool. You have a Lucian, you have an Ami, you have an R, or you have a Viego, you have a Sejuani, you have all this short range that has to come to me.
Well, before we get too crazy into it, I do want to point out, speaking of the TSM C9 game, Sven did not play Yumi and did not feed.
Yeah.
He actually played the Amumu and did not feed. So, I know
It
we
was-
had criticized
it was
like
shocking.
his. Yeah,
It
we
was
criticized
shocking.
like just ban Yumi against Sven and then he dies repeatedly.
We panned his we criticized his enchanters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
But-
deserved it.
Mhm.
And he decided, a Mumu, something that was pulled out before, and just repeatedly died. It's like, oh no, okay, it's fine, we're okay. So
Yeah,
I did get a
mean,
little worried when I saw the Amumu pick up there.
It was nice seeing some variety in picks. Got the Sejuani, the Shiv top. Unfortunately,
But it
we
was
saw
played so
nothing but
badly,
Zeri.
though.
So
Are you
this
talking?
this
So
is
you're talking about the Cloud9. I'm talking about the Dig EG. Because Gamsu shit on Impact with the Shyvana.
Well, he did, but to be fair, like Impact also played terribly on that one. But
Yeah.
Gamsu did not play badly on that Shyvana game.
No, but the who else played it? There's another one, right?
Were there 3?
yeah.
There's at least 2.
Or was I thinking
I know there were
LEC?
2. I know LEC played it, LPL played it several times.
Oh, there was. Yeah, the TSM game.
Oh, TSM played it.
TSM
Soul
played it
played it.
against versus C9, and
Yeah,
and Fudge said, "Sorry, this isn't the previous game. I win."
Yeah, because what wasn't one of the big things. Soul was trash talking how he was going to put Fudge in the ground, so Fudge just did it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
that's
that was
terrifying
fine, like-
Gangplank. Gangplank's not okay.
Good old crit plank.
I don't know, like we're seeing. I'd like to say that we are seeing some more variety, but a lot of that variety is not coming from top teams.
Because right now, I don't think they're being pushed to switch up what they are doing.
Yeah.
Now, I did have the question: did Corky see his nerfs this week, or are they still coming?
They're still coming.
I don't know what
Okay.
patch
Pretty sure.
they're on.
This was
Yeah,
the B-side patch, pretty much.
Yeah, you've got one more. I think it's the next patch where his rocket nerfs are coming.
Yeah, we'll see it next week, I think.
There was a lot fewer like instantaneous. We're going with Corky.
Yeah.
In this week, so I was like, is this team just already attempting to adapt to that, or just like it just seemed to not?
Well, I mean, to
as-
be fair, for once, Corky looked bad in a lot of the games.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, who was it? The 100 Thieves game?
Against Fly, yeah, they played him in Abadage. Didn't look great on him.
Abadage, they were like, oh, Abadage and his CSing at 20. He's like a top 5. Yeah, but look at his build.
yeah. Well,
You know, Corky did get banned multiple times this week,
The
though.
path he went was a wave clear. He was like, bros, I don't want to fight.
Yeah, he didn't mythic till 3rd item.
Yeah, and he went Tiamat 2nd item. That, like, almost nobody goes Tiamat 2nd item. Everybody saves it for 4th or 5th if you haven't won the game by then.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what. I mean, we'll talk about it, but there were some interesting builds.
Yeah. There's. I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's something that people like LS and I Will Dominate have talked about for years now. They're like, I don't know why they can't itemize. I don't know why they can't do X.
Why do they just go the stock standard build every time?
That wasn't even stock standard. Like,
No,
Homeboy was I'm going to innovate. What are you innovating? Okay. All right.
Building stuff in the wrong order for what we need.
There's a reason why things are done the other way.
Like,
sometimes standard is standard for a reason.
Well, it's like it's not only is wave clear that wave clear not saving the game. Arguably, it's not even that much better than just going with the other stats for your Q to do more to the backline.
Yeah, you get the mana immune, you get your mythic, and you start hurting people. Because FlyQuest was willing to fight like that whole game. They were let's brawl, let's team fight, and 100 Thieves was just like, our Corky's farming. We'll win this when you have a Yasuo and a Senna in your bot lane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Tiamat's like some on Corky. I don't think it's just like ridiculously good for farming. I don't.
No, it only helps late game to try to help thin the wave better for your team, but early game it's not good.
And then otherwise, it does add the extra splash damage to the missiles late game, but that's all.
Like if they're behind and he's like, oh shit, now that I've got my 2 core items completed so that I'm a champion, you know, I should probably build Tiamat now because I can see this turning bad soon.
He went into that game going, I'm going to build Tiamat, I feel, because he like instantly started going for it after he got the Manimune. So I don't know what he saw or what he thought, because it's like, bro, you're down 3 dragons.
The Tiamat's really going to help you, bro.
Okay, cool. You're up like 200 farm over your mid laner. You guys still lost the fucking game.
Yeah.
That and I mean, we're already talking about it. So, I mean, FlyQuest ended up, I wouldn't say spanking 100 Thieves, but it definitely felt like it.
They did though. I thought they spanked them. Like it was not at no point in time was it like, other than maybe the start of the game. 100 Thieves I think is in an okay spot to challenge this game. FlyQuest pretty much had a game plan they executed on, and 100 Thieves did too. It's just that losing the game is a pretty bad game plan.
I will at least say, going into about the 15-minute mark, they were pretty well even as far as gold.
Yeah, before that bottom lane dive onto the Senna Yasuo, when they was even like 1 kill. 100 Thieves was actually up like 2k gold too. And
so
then,
I remember.
No, go ahead.
I remember talking to Penn about the comps before the game started, and I was sitting there going, because Penn's like, what the hell is 100 Thieves comp? Like, what is this? I'm like, it can work, but
I
like if you don't pull off a combo the moment that everyone is 6, like, how do you live long enough to pull off the combo?
Well, and the other thing is too, right? They were feeding Corki like all the farm, right? You know, he reached like top 5 in farming categories.
He winds up being essentially their win con.
But at the same time, you have you drafted the Wukong and you drafted the Gragas to help the Yasuo.
Yeah.
Like, just force it, right?
Well, I mean, that's the only thing that they could do.
If this is what you're going to draft, if you're going to draft this, this is a very, like, you see it a lot where they draft something and then refuse to play to what they drafted. They drafted this comp and then they're like, what is this Corki even doing?
Yeah.
Like, would this have just been a better situation if,
doing?
like, what Corki would have been doing if he had, any semblance of damage coming, you have a lot of farm.
Damage
your gold went to the wrong spot.
Bad when they were in the team fights. I'm like, wait, is he tickling? Like, they just did not care.
Like, where is the mythic to add this, like, the random pop?
That and it made his package useless too, because you didn't get the AP off of the mythic.
Imagine a world in which he actually has damage. Like, he has the same amount of farm, right? Has his mythic, has some damage, and you get 3 men in the Cyclone, popped up by Yasuo, and one of the large rockets hits in that grouping. That's probably a 1 team fight, because that one rocket does not do the damage it should.
Well, it's like, does the Yasuo tornado hit? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Does the Gragas ulti hit? Almost definitely. If not, does the Wukong ulti hit? Like, I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, you had 2 different options for getting multi-ban knockups inside of the grouping range for Yasuo's ulti.
Yeah.
It's
what you did have that.
Been playing to that.
Yeah, technically 3 if you count the flash body slam.
Well, yeah, but I guess as long as he can still connect to multiple people on that.
Yeah,
it was one of those things where realistically it was a far-fetched idea that this was going to work, but you drafted for it, so you better try.
Yeah, you drafted it, you didn't play it, you lost. I understand maybe Abadage, like, where was the Corki picked in this?
The issue is too, right? You're against the Lysandra. The Lysandra is never going to like truly out farm you in the first place. So what are you trying to prove here?
I don't know.
You're just pushing in at this point.
Like, so I don't know. I think
Because I
100
thought that
Thieves draft
Lissandra would have
was-
been I thought Lissandra would have been a better pick than Corki for them specifically, and I believe that like even the desk mentioned that as well. It's like you would want something with AoE damage taking up space that can absorb cooldowns and survive.
Yeah.
I just pulled up like the pick order because of the fact like I wanted to see like
Or an Orianna.
I really wanted it to be a situation
Oh
where
yeah, dude,
Lissandra gets
oh my
picked.
God.
Like Lissandra gets picked and Abadage straight up said, I cannot play this into this Lissandra, and they had to pivot this weird thing. But it's not even that. Lissandra was last pick, so
Yeah. Well, like, could you imagine like an Ori in that comp though?
oh yeah. It's
like there you
What
go. Put it on the Wukong, put it on the Gragas, be like, here you go, buddy. Get in there, champ, and it's done. Like
Shit,
that is a wombo
put it
combo
on
from hell.
Yasuo. Have him dash in.
set it on Yasuo, watch like you have 3 champions you can put this ball on to instantly deliver it. Now I feel like the Yasuo's a little bit
Questionable? That's questionable to me.
well, like putting the ball on the Yasuo is questionable, and the reason is because of the snap on his ult. You'd probably see a lot of sombreros if that were the case. I just Yasuo snaps way over there, and all of a sudden, Ori's hitting R, and it's
that
on her
100
head.
Thieves just blatantly getting caught out to over and over again.
Yep.
Not respecting anything of FlyQuest and where they could be.
And to FlyQuest credit, they actually played a clean game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make the big mistakes. And like,
yeah, they might have been down
100
like.
Thieves.
Go ahead.
Good.
Sorry.
I was saying, if 100 Thieves had an inkling of playmaking, maybe they do something in this game.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
In FlyQuest, even though you could say like, yeah, they were down like 2,000 gold. Yeah, but they had 4 dragons. They had 7 kills. And then they finally swing it because 100 Thieves disrespects where the hell they are over by the Dragon Pit. Nearly get aced, and then they take Baron and instantly swing it to fucking 2k their side. It's like they might have been down in gold, but they were controlling the whole game.
You know, I will say the one thing that actually, thinking back on it, that FlyQuest, the mistake that FlyQuest did make, which I mean, I guess to be fair, if you play this way, you guarantee that you don't get caught randomly. They were playing with the utmost respect to the fact that at any point in time, there could be a Wukong or a Gragas nearby, and then the Yasuo ult would happen. Like they weren't getting destroyed by like overstaying. They were playing extremely respectfully to that.
Yeah, the game lasted a lot longer than it needed to because they were being cautious.
And I will say, I think it is a testament to 100 Thieves picked this comp. I don't think this is a 100 Thieves comp. Like, the joke's out there, but it is true. 100 Thieves typically gets their wins by not being proactive and just letting the other team eventually hang themselves. So maybe a proactive comp, probably not the one you really want to go
right
with.
Their comp is definitely not a wait for the other team to fuck up comp.
I mean, if the other team screws up against this comp, they do just immediately wipe.
You punish pretty hard.
Yes,
but
early game, if you're not behind by 4 dragons and 7 kills already.
Because your Yasuo Senna bot lane, for some reason, doesn't have the push. Wonder why.
Right, yeah, Yasuo never hit his 0-10 power spike, so we'll never know.
But
that's because he wasn't trying hard enough.
Yeah, he needed to die a few more times. That's what was going on. But I think 100 Thieves picked it. It was not a comp that really fits what they typically do. Then they did what they typically do, and it just FlyQuest said, well, what if we just didn't fuck up? And 100 Thieves was like, well,
fuck.
We don't have an answer
game.
for that.
We haven't thought this far ahead. So
we usually don't have to.
Right, and by the time Corki got his friggin' mythic, the game was over.
It's literally over. The base is in shambles. He comes out. Hey guys, I have package and I have my AP. And I still have my Tiamat. No.
So yeah,
No.
it's just weird. It didn't work. Something like I get it. We haven't seen this before. Maybe it's supposed to do something else, but it didn't work.
Yeah,
But
nothing like a 27-minute Ludens.
And if they thought, by the way, that Corki was the pick because the package displacement is also usable for the Yasuo
that's a bad
interaction,
idea.
that's a terrible idea.
Yep.
But I'm assuming it was just there to get people into essentially lethal range for the combo, or to give them some sort of way to actually move forward without
That's
getting
why I
boxed
think
out.
it had to have been some sort of conscious decision for him to be like, I'm going Tiamat, and I will just try to poke him down for the Yasuo to get the kills. I truly think the comp
with autos. You just get AP. What the
Click R.
shit?
Click R, forehead. You get so many rockets. Click R.
He's like, I'm gonna walk into ulti range for this Lysandra to poke
Right.
her a little bit.
That's why it seems
That
weird.
seems a smart thing.
Well,
We'll say,
FlyQuest, good on you. You did it.
Good job. If only you had been as good the next day.
did not like that comp. Didn't like that setup with it. However, the next one I did like. Finally did what I like. People have been talking about, and I actually do really enjoy. Renata Jinx.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Holy
Just
crap.
put
EG.
bailout on Jinx. Put bailout on Jinx. Let Jinx kill
Please.
somebody. It doesn't matter if she dies. She's gonna kill someone and then kill multiple people after.
Like all she's doing is fishing for a reset. If she resets her reset, she'll reset the Renata reset. It's done. It's over. It's dusted.
I love this combo. I think it is an amazing combo together. And I was like, I don't think we've seen this pairing just yet.
No.
And it does work really. It works phenomenally.
And I don't mind the Renata Callista pairing, but I do not think that it's optimal.
It is a lot like the Lucian Nami. It is picked and played because it's going to win lane. If that's your goal, play to that goal. And there's so many teams that don't. It's like put the gangplank, press R on your bot lane, have your jungler go down there, make it a pseudo 3.5 v2, repeatedly dive the bot lane. They don't do that.
Gangplank half the time wasn't alive long enough to hit his ulti for that to help them.
Yep.
Impact looks so bad on the Gangplank against the Shyvana.
Yes.
Well, I'm specifically saying with the Callista Renata, like you need that's picked to bully a lane, bully the lane. They might need a little bit of help doing that.
I mean, honestly,
they're really bad at picking it and just being like, "You guys got that down there. We're gonna go play." Nope. Go bot. Just go.
Well, like Renata fills a similar. She feels very similar to things like Zyra and Morgana, and overall how her kit plays, right? Like you have the team wide, essentially ulti. It takes up a lot of space. You've got your immobilization, obviously displacement, as well, and then she's maybe more along the lines of Morgana, where she has like a utility spell. Problem is the utility spell is difficult to use other than to watch yourself die a second time. Unless you put it on someone that is strong enough that makes it work. It's the same. I feel that like Renata Kog'Maw would be a stronger, or would be really strong if Kog'Maw could survive.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't have any real self peel at all. And so you'd be relying entirely on his spacing to be good enough that he is at the point where he's going to get the kill, after he gets bopped.
Jumped on. I mean, that's why I do kind of like the Kog'Maw a little bit more with like the Lulu and something like that. Like the Juggernaut is still good.
Yeah.
It is still there. That's why we're seeing the Lulu paired with the Zeri. It's like we need to kill that 80 carry. Lulu makes that really hard. It's not as easy as click button win game when Lulu exists, but like the Renata with the Jinx, I think that just the way Jinx wants to play the team fights and the way Renata allows her to play the team fights is
Yeah.
oppressive.
You do get to live life more on the edge for that first kill.
Well, the other thing that I did enjoy in the adaptation that Danny took in this was he went Ghost. He didn't take the cleanse. This is as like stupid reset, hyper aggressive Jinx as you could play. Like literally, you click Ghost in a team fight and your Jinx just runs at them, blatant disregard for her own life. So it's like it was cool to see. Hoping maybe teams pull it out and you see like more, I guess.
How about let's
Crazy
just hope
plays.
that good AD carries start playing it.
I like Danny on Jinx. It's not Ezreal. So
I mean, we say that because we've memed on his Ezreal for like a long time, but again, like I will say that his Ezreal has become pretty good. If for no other place here in the LCS, his Ezreal did become very good.
yeah, he eventually started playing well on it. He started picking up wins on it. He started doing. It was always mean because of what he can do on champions like this. When you just say,
Yeah,
hey Danny, sick him.
we're gonna babysit you, buddy. Here you go.
just have fun, bud.
We gonna feed the puppy.
Yeah.
Right? There was some conversations I had with Inspired about when Danny is on Jinx. And he's like, when we give Danny Jinx, I'm literally begging him to take my jungle camps. Like, I'm telling him, go take this. Like, I'm trying to get you as fast as possible on this champion. Go take my jungle.
Yeah.
I know what our win condition is. It is literally you and 300 farm. I don't care how you get there. Just get there.
Just get there.
Like,
yeah.
if I have 2 farm, but you have 300, we're probably still gonna win this. Like,
fine, I'll just play the Poppy and do Poppy things.
Yeah.
And you say you had a Bronzie play for this campaign?
All right. So my favorite one for this one was the attempted steal by Dig onto the red buff, and then he Poppy ultied the fucking buff and him, and then he just smites it in the river. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's not an attempted steal. It was successful. I just want to point out.
All
Like,
it was not Inspired best game.
A free red.
And then didn't he? Though he did also smack Shelly out of her charge on the turret.
Yes, he did.
One was good. That one was good.
Impressive, but yeah, I did see like smack red buff and Viego back to the river.
And then he went to the river. You see him go to the river. Like, is my red buff coming back? It's like, no.
No.
Like,
no, it's not coming back.
Yeah, Viego's just like stun, smack, smite. It's mine.
He was about to. Well, even if he's stunned, the problem is that you can smite while stunned.
No, I meant Viego stun smack the red buff, then smite it.
Yeah, it was like just over 1,000. So he was just like WQ smite. All right, mine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there inside of the range. It's just gonna happen.
I just thought it was hilarious that he was like, "All right, am I getting it back now?"
He's like, "And now we wait."
Not coming back, but you forfeited that one. It's gone.
He like bronzied himself with that, which, to be fair, you know, you don't see very many
weird
poppies,
interaction,
right? You don't see very many poppies. No. I'm glad to see kind of a little bit of jungle change, right? We see the poppy coming out, but he slightly redeemed his play by stopping the Herald from charging right as the plates were falling off.
I think we'll continue to see more poppy pop up as champions with dashes are the most relevant thing in the meta right now.
What we don't know is that he was actually tabbed out looking on another screen, looks back and go, oh, a buff monster, and slaps it out there. He's like, oh,
was he looking at u.gg to check his item build, make sure he was going right?
He's just on Google, just make sure how Poppy's ult works for a second.
Yeah.
He drawn it on MS Paint.
I will have to say, Dig at least played the top side of the map well. Like, they punished Impact very well. They got Shyvana ahead, But I think ultimately it was the full tank build that also forced the Shyvana to fall off very hard.
I mean,
I
it has been the full tank build that has made her so strong.
Well, no, he didn't even go demonic. It's demonic is what's
Yeah.
been making her strong because they go
Well,
mythic.
I was
into
gonna say it's
demonic.
just you need demonic. Usually, you want first buy should be demonic. That way, as you're building your tank, you get everything else. It's like
Yeah.
it's the
And they were going
because the demonic-
Frostfire straight into Warmogs.
because like demonic in and of itself is a fairly efficient tanky item early.
Which I
it gives you a
almost
lot
take-
of health and a lot of AP. Like it's just like
I would
And
say
it's
with
getting buffed, by the
this-
way.
Which I would say with this build, I'd take demonic third. I mean, you're fairly ahead. You get the Foxfire, get the Warmog, you get a stay in lane a little bit longer, then get the demonic. But I think he was too afraid of Danny when he went Randuin's.
I mean, I
I
get
will
you're afraid
say-
of him, but like you lose the ability to damage the backline if you have no AP.
well,
And
yeah.
there is
Even
a
with that,
there's a
I think
clip running around in the LPL. You just see the Shyvana, okay, at 20 minutes, and it's their 80 carry, it's their mid laner, she just walks into two of them and slowly but surely just beats them to death, and they can do nothing.
Like, I think
absolutely nothing.
I think there was a Baron play in which Dig lost Baron here, but like Shiv just goes on like it for a second. It's like, does Shyvana just clean up the rest of this because they don't? It just looked like an immovable object, and just
Yeah.
a little bit more damage probably would have just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
someone
why I
just
was
wiped him
fine.
off.
I was fine with the the Mythos guy went in Warmogs because it meant she got to stay in lane against Gangplank longer. It's like because he just cues you. It's like, all right, walk away, regen the health. But third item, I think you have to go demonic. Like,
Yeah,
at
you have
minimum.
to have it somewhere.
So potentially another game, game 2 where it's the build that loses you the game.
And in this one, it's like in the end, it's the build path, right? Like
Yeah, because Randuin's
Well,
sure build it like 4th or 5th, right? But
Yeah.
I
the
get the
demonic.
fear of the jinx.
well,
I get
because
it.
if you're worried about the jinx, then you can't go Mogs.
Yeah.
And I would probably go. If you're not gonna build that Warmog second, I honestly would probably just go with the demonic second, then into your third
Frostfire.
defensive item, your second defensive item.
Yeah.
Oh no, Frostfire first, then demonic into your second true
Yeah, like
defensive item
Randuin's or
or
something.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that would have been a more efficient build path because, again, that's the problem, right? Like, this was, I think, Gamsu not really understanding why the pick was strong at different points in the game.
Yeah.
But you do not have threat until you have AP.
Yeah, because honestly, I would have to say like Dig, I feel should have won this game.
I agree. Well, as long
I
as
think
they
it would have
close
been
out,
way
yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
I think some of the team fights would have been cleaned up a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Like
it's a pick that I am terrified that I'm going to be seeing more of it in solo queue, specifically because I don't have an answer for how to.
Well,
to
you gotta
deal
hope
with
that you
that.
have Fudge as your top laner and not Impact as your top laner.
Yeah. Speaking of which, turn the tables the other way, and Shyvana doesn't look so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, game 3
Huh.
with Immortals and C9. Or
No,
not
no, it
Immortals,
was,
TSM, and
TSM. Yeah, let's not talk about the other.
Yeah, that's a situation.
Slightly
Of,
different
I don't want to see the Shyvana because it terrifies me as an AD carry, but like that Gangplank would make playing the game impossible for everybody.
Yeah.
Which this was debut, new roster. Soul in the top lane. They still had Spica, Maple mid, and then Instinct and Chime in bot
Yep.
lane.
Their academy
So-
bot lane came up.
I don't know how much I expected once I heard about the change for this to be meaningful. And they're such a data-driven team that this first game was so bad, but then the second game, like day 2, like what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is what I said before though. Like we see glimpses of what winds up being day 2 from TSM, but it usually is both day 2 and day 1 in the same game, and they're doing well early, and then they just don't know what they're doing anymore, can't communicate, and it's just over.
I will say this game was a test. It made a little bit more hopeful for what C9 is supposed to be doing versus what we've been seeing from them. I think TSM also playing to a more of a level that we're expecting them to play at. Maybe not all the way through, but like this was a better showing for both of these teams than what we've been seeing, and it was somewhat nice to see.
Right.
It is nice to see the Amumu actually work.
Right. I'll have to say Jensen gets an honorable mention for a Bronzie play. Flashing in a straight line for an Ahri charm when he has lane minions that he can flash into.
Okay, so maybe people just need to not pick LeBlanc into Ahri, because I think like as soon as they play LeBlanc, they just go retarded with how to dodge a charm. Well, they auto Ahris under the turret. They flash in straight lines. They just walk into the charms.
Because he predicted the flash, like the flash charm for Maple, and didn't get instantly hit, but he did it in a straight line. So,
like,
Fudge.
You saw the play. It was
again.
there. Fudge is a problem.
I don't know. Like C9, what do you do? We're legit at the point where we're going to be sending CLG over C9 to Worlds if this is how they also play through playoffs.
I wouldn't be sending CLG over anybody right now.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, with how everybody's playing, that's what's going to happen.
Careful.
Also,
well, I don't know. It's possible TSM will beat CLG now. Like,
well, TSM's got to make it to the playoffs first.
They only got to get to 8th. like it's not a big problem to get to playoffs.
That's true. They got to do worse than Dig. And
I mean, right now TSM is solidly in 8th. So
yeah, exactly. They are right there in. God, how bad is that? How bad is that, man? They're actually in a playoff spot. No.
I think it'll be okay. I think Immortals and Dig pretty much will save them from those bottom two.
Maybe, but I don't know, dude. Like
after today, I don't know.
Immortals
theory.
Day one. Oh wait. We're not there yet. Ah, fuck, man.
Wild theory, right? Immortals takes 8th over TSM, and Immortals ends up going to Worlds.
It's possible. It is actually possible.
We don't want to believe it is, but it is.
But to be fair, after watching Immortals play the whole year, I also don't know if it's possible that they could ever beat 100 Thieves. Because the one thing that they do all of the time is the thing that 100 Thieves relies on for their victories.
But well, speaking of oops daisies.
I mean, even though I said it's possible, they did end up losing against CLG in Game 4.
Barely. They should have won that game.
I was gonna say, speaking of oops daisies, they kind of fucked up in the very
freaking Power of Evil's like, yeah, I'm finally doing it. I've got it this one game, and then he just throws for no reason.
3 dragons up, 3K up at 32 minutes. Now, 32 minutes not terrible.
It's
But
not huge at 3K. Yeah. But,
Well, I
but they
mean,
were in control of that game. They were in control of that game.
I want to say at one point they were like 13-3 in kills.
Yeah, well, they were up in kills, but the problem was like their map pressure was meh for a little while. Then they got control of everything, so they had
Oh.
they had control of the game, but they couldn't push their lead any farther because they'd never been in a position to be in a lead.
Yeah.
So like they didn't know what the fuck to do. And then
So-
Power of Evil's finally like, I'm having a good game. He's feeling himself, and he predicts that he can
Oh yeah, that jungle play.
fucking he can do it. Like if he lands the charm, he gets the kill,
Flash charm
and
on
it just
Callista.
it really just boom, it's done. And he did not get that charm.
One charm away.
By the way, hats off to Dokla so far this year.
Man's,
He actually has been really good, I think.
I think even in the games where he's not like just straight up terrifying, it's like, okay, he's a champion, he's there, he's doing well, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's making
not
pressure.
a detriment to his team.
Yeah. But and then there are games where it's just like, okay, well, Dokla's gonna come here and kill you now. It's like, but why? Because Dokla.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
sure.
honestly think that has been CLG's greatest takeaway so far from the season. Still not super impressed with contracts. He's had some good games. He's had a lot of at least meh games, and he's had some bad games. I'm not impressed with contracts. Far removed from his days when I guess C9 was carrying him.
I am somewhat dismayed and curious that is Randuin's a typical build path on Callista?
No.
Not typical, but was used to stop the crit plank and the Zeri.
Yeah.
Maybe stops from instantly dying.
No, I thought it was actually a really intelligent buy because they were just
adaption. We talked about adaptions on builds that people.
Yeah, because like she was getting booty blasted in those fights. She couldn't do anything. Like she was just straight up dying, or was always so low that it's like I'm gonna leave so they don't get a reset. So peace out, guys.
Yeah.
So like I thought that was incredibly smart. Just be like, all right, my goal here is just to continue to stack spears and to not die.
Yeah, I'm just
because like otherwise it might as well be something else. So it was top laners usually are the ones that have to worry about. All right, well I'm behind, so I guess I'll just build tank. This time it was the 80 carry. It's like, well, I can't play the game, so I might as well just build tank.
I don't get to be an 80 carry. I'm the tank now. Dokla, you got this. Like, please. But
I mean, to be fair, about the time that item completed is about the time that they really stabilized.
Yeah, they finally weren't just handing at least one kill over, almost guaranteed like easily to the 280 carries.
So I will give they get credit for that. It's just they should have lost this game.
Oh, CLG. Oh, most definitely.
Like Immortals should have won this game.
But if we, yeah, they should. I feel like. Do you think it's a proponent of Immortals not being able to play that lead and be able to kind of drive that home, or just say, "Hey, you fucked up"?
Yes, like I said, I think that they haven't been in the lead for most of the games that they've played. I don't think they know how to play it.
They don't know how to play from the lead.
Yeah, I don't think they know how to close out a game because it's not a situation they find themselves.
They don't find
in
themselves in this situation. Yeah.
Like, so
what do we do when we're not behind?
What? Like that's a thing.
that's I don't know. But with being the capability of closing out games, TL seemed to not struggle with that in the next game.
Yeah, well, let's say that.
So you finally see a Lucian 5-0-4.
So I want to say, first off, I was super unimpressed with their Lucian Nami.
I am super unimpressed with Lucianami in the first place. I understand
They
how strong
didn't-
it can be. I can
They
understand
didn't play to it again, though.
the stuff behind it, but I don't know.
They
This split,
didn't play
it
to it
looks
again.
bad.
It has not looked good, and they're not playing to it, and I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah.
Because,
From any team.
well, they're getting ready to go aggressive as the Lucian Nami, right? Their jungler's top lane. Their jungler is not coming bot lane anytime soon. Why do we pick this?
What drives me more nuts about like that in particular is this is a game in which you have a volley bear.
Yeah.
Like your Lucian Nami's level 5, they push up in the lane. Volley bear, go down there, shut the turret off, gangplank, click R, murder 2 people.
Right. It's a Kog'Maw Lulu, like.
Well, like it felt like they were subverting expectations. Because here's the thing, right? Santorin had mentioned beforehand, and it was true. He was reading their jungler like a book, right? They look at Lucian Nami going, all right, well, they're going to be bot lane all game, so I'm going to be top lane. Santorin's like, he's going to be top lane all game. I'm going to stop that. Okay, well, that's great. But you picked Lucian Nami. And then, on top of that, they straight up lost 2v2s.
Yeah. Play the comp you drafted.
How do you lose 2v2s as Lucian Nami and expect to do... Like, the Lucian Nami scoreline looked fine because of the top side of the map just smashing. And Bjergsen being an absolute monster. Those ganks mid, by the way, were amazing. Not gonna lie, the timing was insane. Freaking Santorin skipped red, went straight mid, and just cheese ganked, and it paid off. You know, paid huge dividends.
That was such a good Orianna ulti at the first Herald fight.
Oh, dude, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, can we see more shit like this? Can Bjergsen go back to playing like control mages? Like, he looks so fucking good on control mages.
The Oris, the Swains.
Like, he's so good on them. Like,
and I'm hoping like teams do take a look at this as like the Orianna like is in my opinion a really strong pick right now, and it's just not a couple of teams picking it up here and there. It can be stupid strong.
It's good with dive. It's good against dive. Right? Like, the Swain is good against dive, right? Ori's good with both. She's really flexible with the comps that are being played.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, right now, right? Immortals, because we were talking about how they're having issues closing out the late game. Throw Power of Evil, who's known for his Orianna. Give him an Orianna. Let him control the end game. Let him close off chokes. Let him say, hey, you want a friggin' team fight here? All right.
And don't give him an Ari dash where he thinks that he can do something, please.
Maybe give him less mobility. That might be the option. You're now a turret. Don't move. No, I said don't move. But
I've been waiting to see Veigar actually played. I've been waiting to see like a bunch of mages that really take up space in lanes with abilities, or that really hold chokes well. And they're just
with the prevalence of dragons and like dragons win games, heralds win games. I think that makes it even more potent. That's like you have to have control around these.
Or like Talia's back, and you know what people aren't using? Like the Talia walls are bad. People only use it pretty much to get into a fight or to try to box someone in. Remember all the Talia walls before? It was like, oh, they've got Talia wall. They can go ahead and take this objective. You literally just wall the other team off from it.
Yeah. I mean, and I get the argument of, well, there's people who can just go right over the wall. It's like, well, yeah, but if your
they have
enemy
to use
team's
their
only
mobility
like,
to do it.
yeah,
Like
so
if
it's
they
like,
use their mobility to go over the wall, then you kill them.
Yep.
That was the whole point of it before.
And if only 2-3 of them go over the wall, you now have a 3v5. Murder them. Like, by the time that wall comes down, kill the 3 people who just went over it.
Like, I remember like when Talia was big before, right? If you can't use the Talia wall against the team to box them in for a fight, you box them out, because if they use their mobility to go in, it's like a one-way trip. Once they dash in, they have to win in order to be able to leave. And it pairs with Gnar, which apparently is like ridiculously strong. But like, I still haven't seen that combo used correctly. Like this was what, season 6? Season 6, season 7, when you used to see this a lot actually. It was like TSM C9, that big one where double lift popped off on Lucian. It was C9 had this combo. It was Talia and Gnar.
Yeah.
You know,
Say,
me
make
and
more
Penn
walls.
Me and Penn used to have a Talia combo.
I do like me some Pantheon.
That was different. That was just your AD carry doesn't play the game for the first 20 minutes, and then after that, nobody else does. That's a bit of a different use for Talia.
show me that in bot lane.
But like,
I'd play Talia again bot. I don't know.
But like, it feels like there's fundamentals of champions that are just gone,
just not being utilized. It's like, oh yeah, wait, that exists, that works, that's a thing.
I mean, and again, I'm still waiting to see more Vladimir too. Like,
I don't know if we will, because of the way the top lane is right now.
I mean, you can play him mid. He's really good mid right now. He doesn't get punished at all. Like, the most of the poke is easily healable. That he gets thrown at in the mid lane.
Wow,
the only thing you really want to ban out is like the Lissandra.
I don't know. There's something that all regions are seeing and don't like it that we're not.
Like, Vlad and Swain are just really, really, really good against dive. But Swain is able to be paired up with dive.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that people don't like is that the normal build path is Proto Belt. And Proto Belt's really weak right now. But you can change that up. Like, you don't have to go Proto Belt. You do have to change your summoners up. You usually will go with, like, Predator. But, like, his other items are getting buffed really heavily.
Yeah, but remember, stock standard.
I know. It's frustrating, man. It's so frustrating because
we've learned the meaning of that term very well in NL.
Only Abadaga has the balls to innovate.
Danny.
No. That's different.
Danny built a Randuin's. No, it wasn't Danny. Who was it?
I know it was.
Yeah, it was Danny.
Luger.
No, it was
Luger.
Luger.
Luger did.
Well, with like MF.
Oh yeah, I did appreciate seeing that actually, like, he changed between.
Yeah. We saw the crit MF, and then we saw the.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
I will say though, your boy did make an appearance in the next game.
Huh? Well,
TSM.
So day one, right? Because day one's over with. Penn,
Perfect day.
I give you the golf clap.
Oh,
Good job.
Oh yeah,
Good job.
and true.
And then I almost had reverse perfect day the next day.
Good job. You
I
got
did
the,
too, and I didn't like having that one as well.
You got the FlyQuest prediction. I mean, really, the only one that we all got wrong outside of Penn was FlyQuest 100 Thieves. And like we said, it was draft and build that lost them that game.
Well, I also think again, like when I said that, do I think that FlyQuest is going to play without really making mistakes? I said no. They did. Grats to them. That's how you do it. Like
Yeah.
just don't beat yourself, and you can probably beat 100 Thieves.
Yep. Yeah, because I mean, we said that, and we say that every time we try to predict the 100 Thieves game. Is this team going to fuck it up? Yes or no? And FlyQuest didn't fuck it up, and 100 Thieves did. They didn't know what to do.
they didn't fuck it up. You can't fuck it up if you don't do it.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what Abadaga did. He didn't do it.
No, he did it. he did it.
You know, soon it's going to be us bagging on 100 Thieves over TSM. Because even though TSM has the most issues...
I was already there. So.
Like, because the 0-6 at Worlds, and they're happy when they're leaving, like, all the shit with Reginald and Double Lift, like, they have their loads of fucking issues. But at the same time, at this point, we can be like, well, they're rebuilding, whatever. 100 Thieves has had the same fucking team for 2 years now.
Yep.
So, and you're playing like you're waiting for the other team to fuck up? That's just... Yeah. Come on now. I'm gonna start memeing you motherfuckers.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, they need
been
to
their
fix
motto
it.
for a while.
It's starting to break. They need to... Their paper cup is seeping through.
I mean,
it's like the game starts, or right before the game starts, the coach just needs to give his guys a pep talk. Look, it's okay. They're not going to do anything in this game that you aren't going to do to yourself. Okay, so just don't like calm down. Woosah, you've got.
I will have to say my favorite thing of this split that we've kept on par is cups. Just paper cups. The shaking cup. Like,
yeah, everyone's got cups.
Oh man. Well, I mean, can you call TSM's a cup right now? Like, I think they're just holding it in their hands.
You know, I think they bought some paper.
You remember those old
the building blocks here for this.
You remember those old snow cones you used to get that came in the little like paper cones, and they put it on the top, and you had to eat it fast enough because it melted, it would tear apart your. That's what they've got. The little cones that they put in like the water dispensers in the middle of the office that
it's held together right now with tape, not even glue.
Like you drink the water out of it, and you taste the paper.
Yeah, because it's like dripping out the bottom, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta suck on this, and you're like, oh, it's paper.
And then that's when you realize that it's recycled paper. There's some ink on it. You're like, oh shit.
Get your snow cone. Oh fuck! I mean, we did see that they did invest in some paper to wrap around their snow cone in day 2 against FlyQuest.
They doubled down with the Swain. That's what they did.
Like,
you can't let Swain through. I don't know. That's wild.
What is the win rate right now on Swain? Like, I feel like it's got to be actually pretty high.
I don't know that he's lost.
Man.
So,
I don't know that Swain is lost.
Yeah, he just seems to like he gets played.
He won in
picks up
both
wins.
TL games that he was played in.
So.
And then the other Swain games that were there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure He just won.
I will 100% say though, like,
So note this might not be completely updated for today, but as the last time the stats were updated, it's 100% win rate.
Yeah, so
Then
it's
yeah, it'd still be
100%,
100%.
yeah, he did not lose. It does not look like it is fun to play Viego into Swain. I'll tell you that much.
No.
Or Sejuani.
It would be really cool to
Or
be
Sejuani.
Swain as Viego, but
Yeah,
killing
like
him is the problem. It's
or,
like, you guys do
Can
your
you-
job, and I'll play Swain.
or
yeah, can you kill the Swain? I'll wait to go until you guys kill the Swain. Why? Because I want the Swain,
I
but
want
I
the
can't
Swain.
kill the Swain. So, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, FlyQuest looked like they saved all of their mistakes for TSM. They said we're gonna play so perfect that we're going to have to, like they're still gonna come out. We got to double down. We were too perfect.
TSM straight booty blasted top lane. That was
Hey, it's another Corky loss.
3-0 Zen at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We were keeping
Oof.
Corky stats last time. What was his win loss this week? And
I didn't track Corky.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was not as prevalent this week.
He was banned quite often this week.
yeah, but it's even when he was played. I think he lost like all the games.
he lost a
played
lot.
He did lose quite a bit, and this is before nerfs.
Can-
Now there's an asterisk
I can
on
put something
one
together real
game.
quick.
There was some teams who played Corky, and then some teams who played whatever the fuck that Hydra variant of whatever was in mid lane.
It's not
So,
really Corky. It's
It was, yeah, it was like the Draven.
Corky.
Raven,
Large-
like,
it's a less harmful version of Corky.
it was the Draven.
It's soft
Raven.
K.
He was just wearing a big old costume that
Yeah.
has Corky.
was-
He was a Corky.
Corky.
This is
Corky.
a very strange large minion walking down the lane with a Gatling gun.
Not out of place in this world.
Nope.
Yeah, but
Which I will have to say, Takoi did go mythic second item.
Yeah.
thank you. No,
I don't know why he would do
Congratulations.
that. Like Abadage clearly showed the superiority
Yeah.
of
like the
laying
farm.
mythic.
Dude, you want
I'm
to get
glad-
300 farm at 20 minutes, get
Yeah.
Tiamat and lose the game.
True.
Yeah. yeah, yeah.
I love the fact that you finally have your 3 items come 20 minutes. Awesome. Looks great. You know what Corky doesn't want to stare at that point though is a 5-0 and 1 Zen Zhao.
Nope. He also doesn't want to look at Swain either, because
No.
all that poke means nothing. Like, you're not gonna kill that
Corky, use your package. There's a Swain over there. I'm not fucking going anywhere near any of that bullshit.
Corky, pull your pants up. No one wants to see
Swain. He's
that.
like, I can't. Swain said no.
Swain said no. So, yeah, it turned into Vika played well around the top half of his map, got everything going, and it just kind of.
Oh, Viego. We kind of stopped keeping track of Viegos.
Because he started winning games, and it became less.
It's no longer fun to keep track of it.
It became less fun.
To be honest, I just have less fun tracking him when he's winning.
Kurt's like, I miss the days of yore when he lost every game and I could shit on him for it.
All right. I got quick Corky stats here.
Yeah.
So he was picked 3 times,
Uh-huh.
and he went 1-2 on the weekend.
He did win a game. We
He
could,
did.
We
He-
could
he,
rule out the fly
what
quest.
game?
We could,
What game?
Cool.
The Immortal C9 game.
Oh, we haven't talked about that one yet.
We haven't got there yet.
we haven't gotten there. That was a game.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't have to watch it. But it still
Yeah.
hurts my soul that it happened.
Wait. And he was banned 3 times and just non-existent in 4 games.
Right. So there's something that they're finally seeing, and I don't know.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
just
fucking
getting
know.
bored of it, just like we are. That's
That could
very
be it, too.
possible.
Or
They're just like,
or they
"You wanna
finally
play-"
see, hey, Swain, have you seen this like Birdman guy? I mean, Zaya did really good when she.
I hear he's an attorney at law.
Turning to law, indeed.
Maybe the birds are coming back again.
Maybe bird is the word. Anyone know how to play Anivia?
Definitely
No.
not
Okay.
Nautilus. This is another Nautilus game that looked very bad.
I haven't liked many Nautilus's games for a bit now. Like
Mhm.
he just
Even when he
seems
was
to just
meta,
exist.
it was
Well, it's like
just...
what does Nautilus bring right now? Composition, single target lockdown on multi-threat teams. Like we don't have what we had before. Where it was like 2 or 3 tanks.
Yeah, where you
So
could
you're like
literally
locked down a
kill,
high
like,
prio target.
you could 100-0 the AD carry and probably win because you killed their one carry.
Yeah.
But now you have, like, the Viegos, Lee Sin, or the Lee Sins, Xin Zhaos. Unfortunately, like, Swains, Corgis, Nars, like, there's just
Shyvana apparently.
Well, because people are tankier now, and if you have an enchanter, you make everyone else pseudo tank. So great. If you don't have an enchanter, then you usually have something else that'll disrupt enough people, especially things like Wukong that exist. Now you're not just like 100-0ing the 80 carry. It's not going to happen.
Let's say the effective shields and things like that are more effective now. Now that defenses are more like 20 armor on 2,000 health is one thing. 40 armor on 2,500 health is a lot more. So
And-
it's like,
And I don't know. It's like the most common lane that you'll see Nautilus picked with is Callista.
Yeah.
But I still contend, and I will continue to beat this horse to death. You've got other options for Callista. You really, really do.
Yeah, like we said, the
Okay,
Gragas.
You've got Gragas. You've got Renata.
Amumu, you got
You've got
Renata.
Amumu. You've
Rakan.
got
I think there was one
Morgana.
other. I think I
Morgana,
think there's one more.
it's-
Braum.
Yeah, Braum even.
Okay.
The
I don't
Nautilus-
like Braum into Swain. Don't ever pick Braum into Swain. Just don't do it. It's
That's
no,
not
no,
true.
we're saying like paired with a Callista.
You can pick him if you
Because they
want to
had
lose.
because they had a Jinx in this game. So
Yeah. I don't particularly like the Jinx Nautilus combo.
oh,
No,
I don't
it's
feel
not.
like
It's
doing
not
it.
like Nautilus is better against Jinx than with her. Like
a
almost always.
Morgana would have done more.
Yes, she would have. Shocking.
I like
Surprising.
Rylan.
It's
I like
almost like
Rylan
she
got
might
busy.
actually
Also,
be a good
you know,
pick.
you know what Swain doesn't want to see when he's trying to slowly lumber towards your team.
Q.
A Q. Like Swain's like, I'd like to fight. You can fight the fuck over there.
I want to
So-
pull you in. You got to root him first.
It's like a fun fact about that. I can't. Good job.
So, yeah, not a fan of the Nautilus.
Yeah.
I haven't been a fan for a little bit.
Sly definitely saved all their mistakes for that game.
Yeah.
Understatement.
They just looked so good day one, and then day two, it was what are you thinking?
Yeah. I mean, part of it was honestly TSM did a good job of overloading a portion of the map, and Spica once again starts off the game really well, and this time they're actually able to bring it home.
Yeah.
So like, combination of two things. They got just straight beat early, and then it looked like they were unsure of what to do afterwards. Once they got behind, it looked like FlyQuest didn't really know what they were supposed to do.
So, speaking of bringing it home, EG beating up TL on,
So, I didn't get to
Danny's
see this game.
Ezreal. Which it was
He'll
Danny's
pick
Ezreal
Lucianami again.
with a Yumi. It was Ezreal Yumi versus a Lucianami.
No! It's it. It's over. It's over. It's done. It's dusted. Don't pick this TL. Did they even play towards it at all?
Oh no, they couldn't
No.
have played towards it. They have Aatrox, Volibear, and Zillion.
Yep.
They didn't even
Like-
give themselves the option to. So
Daisy's
yeah.
dying now.
Why?
Also,
You
it
saw
made-
that you couldn't beat freaking like they couldn't even. Oh my god, no! Like they had a winning lane the previous game, and that they lost horribly with well, because they didn't have everyone just looking there and trying to get there to help them out. And so now instead they pick it again, and they pick it into something that's play safe, and you can't have any bullshit. Come on.
Oh, and just so you know, EG picked Gnar and TL instantly picked Lucian on me.
Why?
And Danny didn't even get his Ezreal until second round picks.
But why? Why are they like? They probably didn't even think they'd pick Ezreal. It's an intelligent pick. I'm assuming they didn't. Did they pick Ezreal last?
No, it was their fourth. They literally went Ezreal Yuumi 4-5.
Okay. Was it? They were. Was EG blue side?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait. Who did they see fourth from TL then? Because I'm assuming it was probably Zillion last.
So it went Gnar, and then Lucianami, and then Viego Lissandra, and then Zillion. So those were the first three for each side.
Okay, so they had.
And then TL went Aatrox, and then they went Ezreal Yuumi, and then TL went Volibear.
Wait. Why would you not last pick top?
I mean, you didn't need to last pick top as TL because they picked the Gnar first on EG side.
But you can wait to see what their bot lane is.
They saved it for jungle to see what the bot lane was, and they still picked Volibear.
But like, you have a bunch of good options. Like if you pick Volibear, it's bad strategy. It's
Xin
bad
Zhao
strategy.
was not banned in this game. Swain was banned.
It's bad. It's bad strategy in draft. That's bad. Like your first three or whatever, right? You want to pick Lucian Nami and you want the Zillion. Okay, I think that's an okay pairing if you have something that can do something bot lane.
Sure, at least
they pick Aatrox. Couldn't you have picked Gangplank?
Gangplank was banned. Round two.
Then why would you?
They banned Gangplank and they banned Olaf against him.
So I don't think any of it would have mattered, even if they play towards this. They get Lucian nice far ahead and looking good.
You know what?
Lissandra
top lane,
I
want to see Brawl. I don't think we'll ever see it in the pros. I want to see Gnar and Shyvana go at it.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool.
I don't think it'll
Rage Bar versus Rage Bar.
I don't think it'll ever happen in the pros, but
like I think that they can still, like, if they get the Lucian head, I do think that they have a good chance in this game because Zillion is there. I think that's fine. That's strong.
No, Hansama, even with the Zillion, Hansama like face planted himself into EG.
So do note, TL did start with the lead, and then once the team fight started happening, they pissed it all away.
Yeah.
But that's literally your strongest point of the game, is when you get to team fights initially. Because your Lucian is so fucking strong.
And EG did what every team does against the Volibear. If they can get like slightly ahead or even, they force Santorin to burn his ulti like almost
defensively
every time they could.
And then the other big question on it is whoever touches this Ezreal.
Well, clearly not the Aatrox.
Actually, the sad thing is he was the one who did the most damage pretty much in most of the fights. Everyone else died instantly.
He does the most damage, but he's also the most useless.
Yeah.
Because the problem is,
pretty sure Hansama was the more useless one this game.
No, the thing is that like he's creating space for what?
Yeah.
Just the Lucian. That's it. He's creating space for the Lucian. Well, you know who else creates space? Zillion bombs create space. You need something more than damage from your top laner in this composition because your damage comes from Lucian. If you're not forcing Lucian's damage down their throat, then the pick's useless. Like this whole comp is like the whole idea of Lucian Nami is that you crap on people so hard and you get so far ahead that they have to pray that they see 30 minutes.
Okay, so this
Like,
goes to kind of the point that
frustrating.
I was trying to make in a team fight was, so in a singular team fight, your damage numbers, Aatrox about 2,000, Zillion about 3, Lucian just a little bit above 2,000.
Wait.
So all,
Zillion did 3,000 damage?
yeah. Well,
God damn.
hold on. So all together, you combine them, they're a little less than 7,000 damage, right? In that singular same team fight, because again, nobody could touch him. Danny does 7,304 damage on Ezreal.
Yeah. Well, again, like this is the part of the show where we go, all right, well, it's Yuumi Ezreal. You either hold your top laner's pick and pick something that has like some sort of hyper engage, like I mean, even a Sejuani I think would have been more useful here than the Aatrox specifically for the purpose of at least trying to lock someone down. Problem is that all he does is take cleanse and it doesn't matter because you only have one form of lockdown.
He didn't even take cleanse, by the way, if that makes you feel any
Well, I'm
better.
saying if they had Sejuani, I guarantee you he takes cleanse.
Yeah, you know what he took against fucking TL's comp?
Teleport.
Exhaust? Is it
Teleport.
just double exhaust?
He
Oh,
took
teleport?
teleport.
Oh, that's disrespect. Holy
He didn't
shit.
he didn't even respect him enough to pick up the exhaust. He said,
Yeah.
"You know what? I'm just gonna farm it out and just TP back to lane." He literally said in Champ Select, "You will never touch me."
Yeah, like I said, I think that the Aatrox pick is bad. Not that it's just a terrible pick, but like where it lined up and where it slotted inside the actual timeline of the draft, I think it's terrible.
I will
And then
also...
to see Yuumi Ezreal and pick Volibear.
Yeah. Well, and you pick Volibear, Aatrox, and Lucian into Lissandra.
Yeah.
Like, you're going nowhere. You're going to engage, you're going to get rooted, and she's just going to ult herself or ult. Like, it got to the point where, like, Hansama was close enough to get Lissandra ulted without Lissandra going in.
I mean, because at some point they just have to run in and pray that they can, like, the other team fucks up.
No, this one was like Hansama not respecting the TP. It was so bad in top lane.
Okay, well, great.
Just poorly played.
Yeah.
That's weird because, like, I don't know.
I like Bjergsen's
Historical.
Zillion.
Yeah.
If you can get it to work with someone who's going to hyper the game, right? And they were hoping that was going to be the Lucianami, and it wasn't. And it's another reason why I do not like this in the bot lane right now.
I'm still fine with it in the bot lane, but you gotta like.
No, I don't like it in the bot lane because nobody's playing for it. If you're not going to play for it and you're going to try to make it to where like you're literally just saying, okay, you're
This is why LPL is going to shit all over NA again. Yeah. This is exactly why. Because you look over there, it's like, yeah, no, this is still a really good, strong combination. You know, you don't pick it all the time. You can pick it like maybe you pick it when you see the avenue and you have a few picks to like make sure that you can dive bot lane.
Yeah, because like in this game, you have Aatrox versus Gnar. Bwipo probably chose Aatrox because like I can beat up the Gnar with the Aatrox because he's done it before.
But then Impact beat the shit out of him.
Volibear needs to not go bot if you are you essentially gave a counter pick to your top laner. I don't know. I think I'm not saying the Zillion felt out of place, but I think they could have gone with a different mid laner.
Well, they're gonna have to if they're gonna like
or a different champion, not a different mid laner.
Well, but they're gonna have to if they do this, right? Like if they run this route, they have to do something differently. I honestly think that because like even an enchanter mid doesn't fucking help. You know the only thing that might have helped? There's only one thing in the entire world that might have helped, and that's a Morgana mid lane. That's it.
Orianna.
I don't like Orianna against this comp either though. Like all of the range combined with all the mobility.
Yeah, but at that point, you're using the Orianna for the Viego, for the Gnar, for the Lissandra, because Lissandra's still fairly short range compared to the Orianna.
Oh,
So
she is.
if you can lock down those three to allow the Lucian, because I mean that's kind of what we saw with the other TL game when they had the Lucian Ami with the Orianna. Orianna would ulti, a couple of them together, and then Lucian was able to put some damage on like the frontline guys.
Yeah, but I mean,
So-
like if that's the case, then you're, I don't know, whatever it is. Clearly, TL cannot play Lucian Nami. I just want them to stop.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know.
Like,
Agreed.
put it away. Put it away for now. I don't want them to stop trying to pick it up and learn it because it can be unbelievably broken if picked at the right times.
So Kalista, Senna, Ziri, and Seraphine were the first round of bans.
Along with Swain and Silas.
Well, I'm talking for like 80 carries.
They banned Silas?
Yeah.
Who banned
PG banned it.
I mean, Bjergsen's Silas. And like
It's
I said,
good.
Silas is coming out of nowhere. So where...
I mean, I
EG
guess
There's,
technically Silas is good.
Then at the same time,
into
because
Lissandra.
they first picked the Gnar, maybe they're like, we can't give up, because the Silas was their third ban. So there has to be something with the Silas. Has to be. If
Well, it's
you're
possible
not
they
willing
were
to give it up.
wanting to pick. It's possible they were wanting to pick Lissandra in this game, and if so, giving them a Lissandra ulti isn't like wonderful.
Then I think too, EG played the draft well and forced TL to pick the Lucian Nami.
I don't think they were forced to pick Lucian Nami.
No, because
I mean, when there's 4 fairly good 80 carry bands, Hansama hasn't really played Ezreal at all, right? I mean, granted, they could have taken like
all the start of the year.
The other issue is you don't first pick like an MF or something, right? So I think it was them saying, take the Lucian Nami.
I would just, I don't know. I feel you just.
That or you don't take the Lucian Nami, you take the Lucian and like the Lissandra. I think Lissandra potentially would have been better over the Zillion or something. Maybe like changed up your top lane or whatnot. I don't know.
'Cause I don't think they wanted to pick. I don't think they wanted to pick Zillion initially either. I think Zillion was a response directly into Lissandra because Lissandra needs to kill one target. Zillion saves that target. Like it's one of those like basic bitch interactions, right? It's like Zillion's really good against people that either need a reset or people that all in for one target dying. And so I think the read against Lissandra is fine for the Zillion pick.
It's just hard to say with the Lucian Nami.
What were TL's bans? 4-5.
Nautilus Misfortune.
Yeah.
Why Nautilus?
Because of Lucian. Because at that point you showed Lucian and Zillion already. So your whole comp's going to be around keeping Lucian alive. So if you take out the Nautilus to attempt to keep him alive, which Hansama didn't do in the first place.
Maybe I don't want to see Lucian Nami red side if it's going to be like 1-2. It's too easy to respond to, I feel. Especially if you're going to like pigeonhole yourself that hard. Or maybe is there another pick that they could go mid lane where you actually have some threat?
I mean, the Silas would have been a really good pickup here.
Yeah, the Silas would have been, especially against the Ezreal. Like that would have been hilarious, but like
I know you're ignoring.
is there anyone else that they could pick mid that realistically changes the face of this game?
Ari.
Into Lissandra? Fuck no.
I don't mind it. You play right outside of her ranges.
I don't think you can effectively do that like when you're trying to team fight. I mean, maybe it would be the appropriate pick against Ezreal that you didn't know was coming. Just because apparently, if you throw a charm, there's an Ezreal's face attached to the end of it somewhere. But I don't think the Ahri's against the first three that they had, especially. I don't think Ahri is a good pick.
I say I like Ari into Viego.
Don't like it
Nar
into Diego
is
Lissandra.
whatever. I say
Because like it's claw ulti, and you will die if you have Viego as well. Like you're just straight dead.
but the claw is so telegraphed and Ari's mobile enough. There shouldn't be a situation where the claw
She'll
comes in
still
and-
be. I don't know. You have to pop ulti super early to not be in range for the ulti after. I think it's questionable, even just in lane against someone as good as Inspired. But if you like when you extrapolate it out later on, I don't think it looks good in team fights either. I think it's a liability against Lissandra. Because part of the reason Lissandra was picked anyway, like initially in other areas, was as a response to Ahri, and then it was in response to a bunch of other champions as well. It just was good.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
know, but they did
I'm
not make it work.
I'll hate myself for saying it, but Corky.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. Like that's it, right?
You guys must not have heard me, but I did say Corky, and I was like, you guys are ignoring me. I get it.
Oh,
Oh no.
flat out
we were
denied.
we were bitching about.
You
bitching
said
back and
Corky,
forth
so
over
yes,
the
I ignored you.
But no, Corky would have been. It's just
Screw it. Twisted fate.
Nope.
fuck you.
Please don't.
There's no Gwen, it might work.
Nope.
Oh, speaking of which, LPL, someone finally did it. They pulled the Jacks out against Gwen, and the entire team collapsed. So Jax lost.
The entire team just shit the bed on that one. But I do
Speaking
think
of
that
teams shitting the bed, right? Because at this point, I think we've beaten EG
Beating a
and
dead
TL
horse.
down. Like
Yeah.
TL's draft, they got beat in the draft. EG
Yeah.
looked good. There's just
Poor Bjergsen getting a loss on Zillion while putting up 3K in a fucking fight of Zillion. The
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
yeah. So it sucks. They need to figure out their Zillion comp. Just saying. Maybe not. A
Yeah,
tsunami.
Zillion was a problem here.
But speaking of faltering, Immortals and
picks up another
Cloud9.
win. They pick up another win.
Easier in the mid lane, yay!
Immortals showed why they're one of the best in NA and destined to go to Worlds.
By beating Cloud9? Yeah, I know.
Yep.
When
It was a very convincing win too.
I did enjoy the Kindred, but also placing the Gragas in his ear, kind of like this is my circle squad.
I don't get the Gragas seems out of place in this comp because you already have the Azir who pushes everybody away. You have I guess you can clear out Kindred ulti with the Gragas ulti, but if that's like the only reason, come on.
I think the Gragas just got picked because Fudge. What was the bans?
Silas, Zeri, Gangplank, Seraphine, Swain, Ari, Poppy, Fiora, or Aurelia.
His
Yeah,
Gangplank
I
got
was say
banned. Oh,
Gangplank got
he?
banned. Fiora got banned. Aurelia got banned.
But
This was
Fiora and
essentially
Aurelia C9 banned.
yeah, that was kind of their own fault. They could have just picked the Gnar.
They could have, right? Gnar wasn't even picked yet. And they picked the Gragas.
Okay, so I am gonna have to. Like, I saw the highlights. I didn't see the the pick ban? How did this thing unfold?
All right, so it was ban Silas, Seraphine, Zeri, Swain, Gangplank, Ari. Calista first pick Immortals. Aphelios, Azir, then Corki, Nautilus, then Braum. Poppy, Fiora, Ornn, Aurelia bans, then Gragas, Gnar, Viego, Kindred.
Yeah, Gragas was blind pick top.
Fourth pick.
Don't know.
Take
Yeah,
the
they could have
Gnar.
just.
Really?
I think you
They
take the
coulda just
Gnar and this
held-
whole comp for Cloud9 changes
Really?
just like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Gnar was blue 4. Gragas
Well, I
was
mean,
blue
hell,
4.
you get the Gragas ulti with Gnar.
I
Like,
just.
that's what you get, and like I get it, right? He has to go in to do it, and Kindred will probably kill him.
Yeah, but I think as like
it's
as a
fun.
Gnar, like a potential Gnar player, right? You see Gangplank's banned, you see Fiora's banned, you see Aurelia's banned, and you see Ornn is banned. At this point, I think the only adaptive pick that you could face if you took Gnar would be a Sejuani top, which at this point, you wouldn't even think Immortals would potentially take a Sejuani top.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. If they had picked Gnar, I almost bet that Immortals would have just picked up Gragas. For no other reason than it
Cool.
fits into their comp a little bit better and shuts down Kindred hard.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have the Gnar like can clear out the Kindred ulti as well. You have the Gnar that can slam everybody into the Azir wall. The Gragas seemed off. That's just me. I mean, other people might have liked it in this comp. I didn't. Maybe
honestly,
the
I think
Aphelios was weird too.
Where Aphelios was picked was weird.
That, and at the same time, if you take Braum, I mean, a Gragas ulti isn't going to do shit if you time the wall right.
Yeah. And I honestly think that there was another pick that could have been used here other than the Azir, which I have not been impressed with Azir at all. I think we talked about this already. Azir is kind of just like, it's there because their parents drugged them in because Corki was the star brother, and they just had to be there.
Well, they gave Corki the plane, and poor Azir's just king of the pigeons.
But the problem is
Plane
that, like,
beats bird.
honestly, if they go Gnar Ori, I don't know, dude. Like, Ori is a stronger pick here. I think Ori is a stronger pick. If you've got someone that can go in.
Yeah, I don't know. Cloud9's comp seemed a little weird to me. I mean, I like the Kindred. I like seeing it come out.
And Kindred's like a really strong jungler right now. Like, really, really strong.
And
I think
Fudge is a good Gragas, but his Gragas this game was not good.
Rough.
There was a lot of like belly slams that were like, wait, how'd you miss this?
I don't know. All I can speak of is from the comp, because like I see the highlights and I agree. Like the Gragas didn't look great.
I mean, no, it just seemed weird. I don't think it played very well. I'm more concerned with why you have C9 on red side who have counter pick banning Fiora and Aurelia. I also think it's very weird that they're first picking red side Aphelios. Like, was this something that you were fearful they would take? Like, you've got
I think they were trying to get cute later on in the draft. And that's why they took like the Aphelios, because Berserker's well known for it.
Yeah.
He's really strong on it.
I think for some reason too, I feel a lot of pros feel Aphelios is a better counter to Kalista. But
Yeah,
I think the Kalista was picked after, or was she first picked?
Kalista was first picked.
So
was first picked.
That could potentially be it for some reason. Because I mean, yeah, she wants hopping around and stuff, but I mean, you get a little bit more lockdown or poke. out of it.
I'm
Yeah.
more concerned with the Fiora.
And it's weird because Ziri and
Aurelia
Seraphine were like the only two bans, so it had to have been them thinking Aphelios was a counter to Kalista.
Yeah, and again, it gives away the least in your draft if you're picking like a counter to what's already been shown.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
yes,
then
the Fiora
Fiora Aurelia
Aurelia.
ban. Why? You literally have Fudge.
Yeah,
It's
like
not like
is Revenge gonna beat up on Fudge? I don't think I've ever seen Revenge beat up on anybody.
Until this game.
yeah, until you literally remove all of your top laners' threats, and then like sit there and tell them, I know we could last pick your top laner, we could counter pick it, but go ahead and just grab the Grog. It's like,
Or here you go, hot take. Fudge like, oh, I'm thinking maybe Aurelia or Fiora this game, and like, no, not Fiora, not Aurelia. Suck a dick.
Well, and to top it off is an Everfrost Gragas. Not saying it's bad, but it's an Everfrost Gragas. Which normally, if you go Gragas, you just go full fucking AP. I'm gonna blow you up. So.
well,
I feel like they really
we saw
needed.
Gragas throwing barrels at the 80 carry for half their health
Yeah.
for funsies.
You
Like,
just body slam, ulti, they're dead. Like,
He wasn't even hitting them. He's just like body slam to get in range to throw the ulti to remove 50% of the 80 carry's health for fun. Like, it didn't get him any pressure. He's just like, I can do this. Bam.
yeah.
I'll do it again in 20 seconds. Have fun.
Like, you gotta go back to base now, bud. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the build path difference, but at the same time, every time I was catching it, because I was playing Tarkov when the game was going, his body slams just seemed to miss a lot in team fights. So, yeah, I didn't like the Gragas. I can see what it is meant to do. Didn't like it. Take the Gnar.
Yeah, I would take the Gnar as well.
I honestly
Don't
think they
ban
probably
your
would
own
have won
top
the game.
laner out.
I really do.
I mean, it's against Immortals, so yeah. But
Wasn't a tough hill to climb.
no, and the fact that they couldn't climb that, like, I don't care how bad the picks are. Like, that's just bad. That's bad. Like, we literally saw Immortals throw basically a one game.
Well, and we got to see Cloud9 the day before. Like, tell TSM, I don't care if you change your roster.
You
We're
change the
gonna win.
roster, but not the outcome.
Yeah. And then they go ahead and they do that against Immortals.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it's definitely a worse team in the standings. But I also think probably just a worse team, period.
Well, I mean, speaking of a couple of the bottom tier teams.
Oh, shit.
That would be potentially joining Cloud9 if Cloud9 keeps doing what they're doing. Golden Guardians and Dig.
So going into the last game, I would like to note this is the only game all weekend Seraphine was not banned.
I will say, GG did just pick easy mode and just fucking pick Swain.
Yep. No,
Swain Seraphine.
I heard that they wanted, like, oh, I wonder what happened. I look in and I just see it was Swain and Seraphine.
Yeah,
they played
You got
Seraphine.
both of them. You got both of them. How?
miracles happened.
No, those aren't miracles. What the hell happened?
Dignitas, I think we've
What?
like come to the realization that Dignitas is like drafts are just shit.
Well, yeah, but then, like,
Well, I'm guessing
randomly
Dig
they'll have
also.
good drafts. Remember when they actually won a couple games? It was like, oh, okay, maybe they've righted the ship. No, they didn't right shit. What is this?
They only got one bucket of water out. They're still sinking.
Like, what the hell?
Their cup's broken.
How do you give them Swain, who basically will heal until your team dies. You're like, you know what? He does not have enough healing. Have a Seraphine. What?
Well,
And
let's
they
take
didn't
a
even
look
get
here.
Swain till second round picks.
Yeah.
He lasted that long. No.
Yeah.
So bans wore
Oh, and
Poppy, Zeri,
and-
Corky,
and
Senna, Silas,
yeah.
Azir.
And Dig took the Lucian Nami.
Azir was
Yep.
a worthwhile ban in this
Dig
game.
banned it. And then
No.
first round pick order was Seraphine, blue, then Gnar, Lucian, red, Irelia, Wukong, blue, then Nami.
Whoa. Did you say Lulu and Lucian?
Lucian.
That's what we have?
Lucian
Lucian and
Nami.
Gnar. Yeah, it was Lucian
Okay.
Nami.
Lucian
Gnar,
Nami for
Lucian, then
Dig.
Irelia, Wukong. And then round 2 bans were Jarvan, Volibear, Cog, and Callista.
I do want to point out, like, they
Oh
are
my God.
staring down the barrel of Seraphine, Aurelia, and Wukong, and
And they
decided
decided Lucian Nami was the way to
Lucian
go.
Nami rather
No.
than just be like, you know what would be really like.
I also
Clearly,
think
they aren't paying attention.
they're staring that down, and Dignitas is not respecting that Seraphine is more than likely the 80 carry, and they're still banning 80 carries.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because GG's played Sejuani support.
Which I don't think that's good though.
I don't know
But it
why
doesn't
the
matter.
Sejuani thing doesn't make a whole lot of
And
sense.
then-
but
I don't think
think
that's
it
good.
And then
matters.
what's funny is because they ban those 80 carries, Dig goes, okay, we're going to take our jungler, and we're going to look for a counter for mid lane, because you have to pick your mid laner now. So
Oh my
GG
God.
said, counter Swain, and have a good game.
And Dig's like, Talia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they picked
Yeah,
Talia
they picked
into
Talia
the Swain.
into Swain.
I mean, I guess it's his hand. They're like, wall. Now you can't touch me. I'm gonna go. And his friend's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just gonna stay here at the wave if that's all right with you. Yeah, no, that's
Here.
fine. It's just don't want you to kill
I
me.
know where your wall's ending. Hold this. I have Sauron.
I just,
If times are right, he can just yank her off the wall with his never
Right.
move.
Right.
why do you have? Why? I have so many questions.
Now, I will have to say, from what I saw, this seemed to be the first game where the Lucianami team said, we're going to go bot lane.
Uh huh.
And unfortunately, they still went even and didn't really
Yeah.
gain anything out of it.
I wonder why. Could it be
Yeah, like-
because it's Seraphine and then
Seraphine
a random
Sejuani?
Sejuani?
Yeah.
Like- Are you gonna touch the Seraphine? No. Are you gonna touch a Sejuani? Yes. Does it matter? No. Okay. Well, there you go. But that Sejuani literally could have been anything, right? It could have been a Tom Kench.
Yep.
It could have been a Nautilus. It could have been anything.
Could have been a Karma. Could have been a
Could have been a
Senna.
Karma. And it wouldn't change the result, right?
No.
I am baffled. So Seraphine goes through. What do you pick to
And-
counter Seraphine with? You pick Lucian Nami?
And what's funny too is
Okay.
the top side of the map was doing fairly decent with the Nars and out into the Aurelia. So like Dig was doing decent, but when it comes to team fights and you have a Swain who won't die because he's healing himself,
If
and then
they
you have a
picked Swain,
Seraphine
it might have been okay.
healing on top of that.
This might have been an okay. This actually might have been an okay trade if they pick Swain. Even with the Lucian Nami being Dig. It might have been okay. And like what would that stupid Sejuani support do in this game if there's a Swain on the other team? Nothing.
At that point, you probably wouldn't even see the Sejuani.
I would hope not, right?
You
I
probably-
think
but
it was
like,
just does it matter what I play
for
here?
real?
No. What do you want to play, Ole? Sejuani. Why? Yeah.
Eventually, they can't kill me.
I mean,
Like,
sure, Ole will play Sej, but we had a fucking Yasuo support. Who he played Yasuo.
Well,
yeah, and you know what?
that's-
Who he could have played Yasuo with this Seraphine, and everything would have been fine in this Lucian against Lucian Nami.
That's true, except for Seraphine was banned all other 9 games.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is like in this instance, right? The support pick actually doesn't matter. You win almost 2v5.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you actually beat this. How do you
No.
give a team Exodia? Like, you're like, all right, here's the deal. You have to draw these 5 cards. But it's so rare, it's not likely to happen. So I want you to go through your deck and find these 5 cards. Put them at the top. Just put them right there.
You say that, but the Exodia deck does that on purpose.
They trusted the heart of the cards, man.
So freaking dumb. Like, trusted. Like, how is it? You know what happened? 100 Thieves looked and went, fuck, we played the wrong people today, man. We played the wrong people.
Golden Guardians was honoring the death of the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! By creating this comp.
And Dignitas is like, all right, we'll be Kaiba. You gotta play Kaiba next time, though. Next time I get to be Yugi.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Dig was holding their own early game in a few of the lanes, but like we said, mid to late game, an unmovable object.
The clock ticks down to 1 item.
Yeah.
The moment Seraphine and Swain get their mythics, it's actually just over. There's no way you can play this game. You literally cannot play this game.
They effectively didn't. But
Like, this is the hardest draft loss I've ever seen.
yeah,
It's a harder draft loss than the 100 Thieves draft loss. That's difficult. How do you do that? How do you have the option to pick Swain 4th, unbanned, and you let it go? What? Were they gonna counterpick with Swain and be like, yeah, take that, R5? Bet you didn't see this coming, but Swain here. In fact, I'm surprised that Swain made it to the 2nd rotation at all.
I'm fearful it's a showcase of teams not adapting at all.
Not being intelligent?
Yeah.
Not playing? Like, how the fuck? It's baffling. Like, I don't think Golden Guardians should have even waited to pick Swain.
They did. Drafted it atrociously.
I am, like, boggled by this. It can be picked in 4-5 on blue side.
It happens, apparently.
Holy shit.
I mean, it was picked 4-5 in the TSM FlyQuest game by blue side.
Yeah, I know. That one was boggling to me then too, but how is it lasting this long in draft? Has anyone shown a counter for it?
The Swain? No.
Because I haven't seen anyone counter this champion. The only thing that I could think of would be like a unkillable slugfest between him and like Vlad or something, or taking a Morgana into it. Or, I don't know, like I think Enchanter mids are probably your best bet against him.
It was atrocious. Like, it was a week of either, like, you failed in draft or you drafted something and didn't play it. But
It's been like almost this whole year. Like, teams are just bad. There's enough stuff that can be picked, man. Oh God, this is so... damn it, man! I hate this region. What the fuck?
He's like, I'm gonna move for no other reason other than
I just want. I want. Is it too much to ask to have like a sentient? Oh, correction. I apologize to EG. Other than EG, is it too much to ask to have like more than one slightly sentient team?
Which Jojo Pune was interviewed after the EGTL game, and they were asking him questions. I can't remember the question he said, but he was saying he's like, we as a team, we definitely felt the MSI fog when we came back. He's like, the issue and the reason why you guys didn't see it is because all of the teams in NA are not good.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter that we're not playing up to par. Like,
Yeah.
And
as
they
the
were asking
region.
about Champions Queue. They're like, have you been keeping up with Champions Queue? He's like, no, because once you go and play like the top players in the world and you come back, it's boring.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, you basically just only do it to freshen up on mechanics, essentially.
Yeah.
Mechanics and matchups.
He was like, I thought it would be a better game against TL, but they just decided to not play. Like, so yeah, that's some shade thrown on
Well, I mean,
EG
but
side.
He's not
But
wrong.
He's not
right though.
Yeah, and that's
That's
you know,
that's
it's
bad,
when
man.
shit
This
talking
is
is
not
true
good.
coming from Jojo Pune.
This is it's not good, man.
Yeah.
But like, I know that like, to be honest, LCK hasn't looked great either. Like the best region in the world is LPL. And part of, I mean, they do have a lot of teams, right? But like, you look at the stuff that they're willing to do, and God, I don't know, they got to change this format in NA. Please, for the love of God, go back to best of threes. Please, please, please
Yeah.
go back to best of threes.
They won't.
The
They won't.
BO1s is just, it's so fucking trash.
We've already talked about it. They won't.
Capitalism
is taking over.
It's
That, and they've already said too they didn't like their viewership during the BO3, so it's another
fuck
reason
your
why they won't do
viewership.
it.
Can we please have a region? Like, the viewership's going to get worse if the region continues to tank.
You know?
Speaking of viewership, by the way, I did like Huni casting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to do that more often with players. That was fun. It was actually fun.
If you notice, it's only the LCS that refuses, like, not necessarily refuses, but they're the only ones that won't bring in a pro to sit on the desk for like 5-10 minutes during champion select in the first first
LEC
10
does
minutes
it
of
all
game.
the time and has been doing it for
Well,
years.
Yeah, it's
I
nice to
think
see that.
I think the fear of it will be like if we bring the pros in for like champ select, it's like they clearly don't know what the fuck is going on in champ select, so maybe
I mean,
them there.
that's true. That is true.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, when you see it happen in the LEC, do you know how many times the pros will call out like every single pick by one of the teams?
Yeah.
So it's like they do know what's going on.
Yeah.
We hope.
Well, they know what's going on. It doesn't mean they know why it would be good or bad.
Then you could do it day 2. Like if you're afraid of bringing them on day 1, which I don't think LEC brings them on day 1, but majority of the time I think it's always day 2 when they're done for the day. So it's like you could do the same thing. Like especially if EG plays first game, dude, bring Jojo Pune up there so he can talk shit about the teams that are playing. And talk shit about the picks in the draft. Like,
you get your color commentary guy and then you get your shit talker guy. That's what you need.
No, you
That's
get
what
your,
you need
your,
up there,
your
man.
color commentator, and then you get your color commentator.
Yeah. Your off-color commentator, you might want to say.
But I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Because the Bud Light Lounge thing, even for LEC when they have their cooldown, it's like I stop watching it once the games are over.
I don't care. I don't care at all. Like it was cooler before. It was cooler before when they had their weekly recap. But like the lounge where they're just talking about random shit, who the fuck cares?
That, and the worst thing too is half the time they like already picked the players before the games happen.
Yeah.
So like it was like Sven and Blabber. You think Sven and Blabber wanted to be on the Bud Light after that game today?
After that game. So how are you guys doing? Fuck off. All right, sounds good.
That's about what we expected.
So that
Probably shouldn't swear here. Oh, we're drinking alcohol. Shut the fuck up. All right, sounds good.
And that's the other thing too. It's supposed to be 21 and over for the viewership.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I don't know.
They have
man.
they have started to let them swear. They have started to let them swear. They're able to say things like shit and whatnot because that's what one of the casters actually was able to say that. And I don't know if they got fined for it. Hopefully not. But like I would love to.
Dude, some of the calls today in today's games were ruthless.
Oh.
Yeah, the CLG game where Dokla got camped on the Fiora just over and over and over again. Freak. He was like, when they started attacking the Nexus and stuff, Freak was like, Dokla, you're 1v5 again like you've been like you were for the first 8 minutes of the game, and I don't think it's going to make any bit of a difference like it did previously. And his casters were congratulating. They're like, dude, that was such an amazing call out that you did.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, Freak was
oh my god, that's hilarious.
With some of his call outs today. That's kind of what you want to see though. You want to see a little bit of
Well, I want to see some honesty from the desk. I'm tired of having people sit there and say, "Oh, look at this amazing game. It was a shit show." Please call it a shit show. Don't praise the winning team if they won because the other team is just fucking bad. Call it what it fucking is. Please, for the love of God. I'm so, do I want to, I'm sure they don't want to tell their audience what you're seeing is terrible gameplay.
Yeah.
But please, I don't know. There's something that's got to happen to elevate this region somehow. And it's not going to happen this year. Like, this year is going to be a dumpster. Oh, but, thankfully, at the very least, most other regions are also dumpster fires. So maybe when they all get together, our top 3 teams will at least make a decent showing.
Yeah.
But, realistically, League has been pretty trash this year. It's just, we're watching NA. It's under our microscope. And it's really fucking bad. It's really, really bad.
So, speaking of NA, speaking of really bad, this was the end of the first round robin. So this is technically middle of the pack now.
It's split.
Mid-split.
No.
Right. So you know what that means.
Yep.
To see how bad we actually are.
Revised
look at
power
our
rankings.
preseason power
No,
rankings.
man,
And
don't
how
do this
well
to me.
they are holding up currently.
They're not holding anything up. The joke of the matter is that Paper Cup's actually just our power rankings. They own shit.
So, yeah. I mean, I'll go first, right? Yeah, Dignitas. Ugh. I didn't think they would do that bad, right?
Oh my god.
So,
I did.
6. I mean, there's still the second round robin to come through, right? Copium?
No, there's no copium. There's no copium, man. Have you seen this region? There's no copium.
CLG, lose the rest of your games, please.
The rest of them.
They might. They might.
Yeah, and then the top of the pack, Cloud9, come on, man. At least, I have Golden Guardians, right there with Cloud9, right? That's a plus.
I'll go ahead and go next. My pre-split rankings, it's all on fire. It's all on fire. There's nothing close to being right.
I mean, let's see here, right? So last place, currently tied for last place is Immortals and Dignitas, right?
Yep.
I mean, two of us at least have Immortals 9 and 10, and Curtis has Dignitas at 10th. So, maybe. TSM is currently in eighth, which
by themselves.
which everybody except for myself has them in 5th. I have them in 7th.
Yep.
You're almost there.
I've got one correct right now. That's it.
Golden Guardians in 7th. Yep.
They're tied for 6th.
Yeah, I predicted 6th. They're
but
they're
currently
not.
they're like listed below Cloud9 probably because
I predicted 5th.
So
The 6th. They're not. They're 7th.
because the issue is even if they're tied for 6th, they're still going to be like, yeah, they're 7th.
Well, yeah, because they lost the tiebreaker already.
Yeah.
Cloud9 beat GG. So
so-
Immortals is the only thing I have correct at 9th. I don't really want to talk about my power rankings because I look at this and I go,
Cloud9.
wow.
I feel the two biggest ones are CLG and Cloud9.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The
And
biggest flops.
Grats to FlyQuest, by the way, on being way better than I expected them to be, or congrats to them on being not as bad as the rest of the league.
Yeah, because FlyQuest in 5th, like, come on. CLG 4th, like what?
Yeah.
We were all like CLGs can't go above 8th, right?
Like regardless, by the way, of how they finish out the season, CLG has impressed me because they were way better than I ever expected them to be. Even if they just lose out the rest of the way, they really have been much better. And Dokla, goddamn Dokla,
yes,
he deserves a better team.
And we straight up disrespected the fuck out of EG.
Yeah, I was saying.
I don't think I disrespected EG. I picked them second. I didn't think they were going to be that far off. What the fuck, TL, man?
Right?
What the fuck? Is
Someone
this
put
season?
sugar in their gas tank.
No, this isn't sugar, man. It's napalm. And then they lit the fucking match. Like, the whole thing's on fire. It's done. What is this?
I don't know.
A whole half a season. And this is the kind of crap that we're seeing.
After the Super Week, TL is a 1-1 team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they won 3 of their games on all 3 of their Super Week games.
Then they win day 1 and they lose day 2.
Yeah.
And then they lost day 1 and then won day 2.
And they won day 1 and lost day 2. This is just not good, man. And 100 Thieves has been gifted wins 5 out of their 6. There was one where they just straight played a good game. The only team that we've seen so far play Lucian Nami well. The only team in NA that's
still
done it.
don't want to see it.
Well, of course not, because we've seen it too many times.
Huh.
We've seen it too many times, and they just can't play it. I would highly recommend that they just remember what lanes are potentially exploitable by this, and either ban it or don't play those lanes whenever they get to Worlds. Please, for the love of God. Because I swear, if we can't play Lucian Nami, and we start getting shit on by Lucian Nami, come on. Come on, please, man. Please, man.
Highly possible, unfortunately.
I know.
Unfortunately, we're really bad at preseason power rankings. Really bad.
I don't think this was a fair fight. I don't think this was fair. How do we know that everyone was going to be this bad?
And
There's
some
no
of
way to
them-
guess that.
And some of them
You know
are
what?
really good.
I think
I
that we
did-
need to do this instead. Preseason power ranking. Is NA going to be crap? Yes or no? That's what we should start with.
Well,
I
that's
did
only
not see
fair.
dumpster fire on the registration when I was putting in my power rankings. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, not good. Not good
No.
at all.
hopefully we have some teams that kind of clean up and actually make themselves decent teams towards the end of the like the second half. That's not just EG. Like EG, they look strong. Do I think they look strong enough to compete with other regions? No.
I mean, maybe middle of the pack in some other regions. Maybe like I don't know. It's hard. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm gonna be honest. LCK is kind of wishy-washy. I don't think they're gonna be able to compete with the top.
We need
Uh,
TL to quit losing to top teams.
Well, we need TL to look like a top team. Like we need TL to actually like
Yeah, they've got a fairly
something, man.
star-studded roster, and
a really
not
star-studded roster.
Fairly,
and it's
fairly is putting it lightly.
all right. They look like a star-studded roster, but they're right now a polished turd.
Let's go.
Maybe they'll find the diamond in that turd eventually, but they need to do it soon.
Well, I don't think the roster exists if they don't find it this year. Which I think is a shame, because this is an insane roster, man. Like, how do you get this roster and look like this?
By having money.
And a lot of it.
I mean, you make that sweet Honda deal. You just get to throw money around. Which, speaking of all these teams that are making all these like crypto deals and stuff, like TSM and whatnot, did you see that like TSM and 100 Thieves let go a lot of social media managers?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, like a lot of orgs are laying off a lot of people right now, which is crazy.
Curious if it's less money coming in or just not viewing it as.
I feel
necessary.
TSM's is because one, their deal was with FTX, which is a huge crypto thing, and
Yeah.
crypto's getting shit on right now because of the Russians.
Yep.
So who knows? It's wild.
I don't know. I am really worried that we're seeing the beginnings of the death throes of the NA portion of the LCS.
I think I understood the sentence, but it was very confusing.
Well, basically, like,
Of like NA's like be like effective in the world scheme of League of Legends.
well, the problem is if they're not a major region, I think their viewership will drastically decline.
Oh, definitely. The adaptation of like NA's position in the LCS was very confusing.
Well, I'm sorry. What I meant
Yeah.
to say was just like League, just in general.
Yeah.
I don't.
The issue is I would never have called like I would never sit there and be like NA is a major powerhouse in the world scene when it comes to LCS. Like they're just not. They're like what the best run in a world event was what CLG like forever ago at MSI.
Liquid had a similar one,
Yeah.
and then C9 was at World. They got past the semi. They got
I think they
past
got to semis,
into
right?
quarters.
Or quarter? Was it quarters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got no. It was semis because they played against
Was it Fnatic? Was
Fnatic.
that the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
where Fnatic got
When Fnatic
shit
went
on?
yeah, in finals, yeah.
In the
Yeah, got
rolled.
3-0'd.
Everybody was like, Fnatic, and then they
It was right before G2's rise.
Yeah.
I remember that night because Lake and I were playing golf it, and I was like, I'm going to bed. I can't stand to even watch Game 3.
Right. Yeah, Doinby. The Doinkster.
But even back then, right? Like at the very least, and this is, I really wish that Double If hadn't face checked fucking Victor. I really wish that, because I was interested to see what that was going to look like in BO5s. I honestly think that was probably the best representative we had relative to everything else.
I mean, TSM, right?
Yeah, but like that was a stacked group they were in too, and they did really fucking well in it.
So I think for the fun of it, we're going to keep our preseason rankings the way they are, because I really want to see how bad we predicted.
Can we just like make basic? If you think anything changed now, who do you think the top 3 are? Let's just do that. Who do you think
Okay.
the actual top 3 are?
Um,
If anyone says it's not EG number 1, you're trolling.
well, EG number 1 currently. I think EG, TL. You're forced to almost say 100 Thieves,
I think FlyQuest.
but
Like they lost, but like I can't hold like one loss against them, because I look at TL and they have a lot of losses and wins that I would like to hold against them.
well, I
So-
mean, you can roughly say the same thing about CLG, because it's like they should have beat 100 Thieves.
They should have, but they also have had way more questionable games.
Yeah.
Where I would say FlyQuest is a team that they don't have to win draft to win the game.
I think
But it
teams
definitely
are also getting better at recognizing they need to attack Tokla. If they can attack Tokla, they kind of win.
Yep, no, I agree.
Um,
He's their baby version of
I don't
Summit,
know.
it feels like.
I don't know. I don't really have a third, because I don't like how any of the next 4 teams are playing.
Yeah, the closest I've got is FlyQuest.
Oh, so Lake is taking Immortals. Got it.
Yeah. Right.
They started their rise today.
Yeah, they start their rise today, right? They won.
We'll slot you right in for that one.
That's amazing. Power people drawing the Ari bands from his amazing play.
Yeah. Ben.
But yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say EG, Team Liquid definitely they should be there. There's been a lot of what the fuck is this? But I think if CLG can get themselves back into where they were doing really well in drafts and then playing well to that end game, they can be there. But FlyQuest is looking just flat out better than them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same as Cloud9 too. If they can just clean up a couple things, there's no reason they can't be a top 3.
No, there really isn't. It's just, and the thing is, 100 Thieves may be the safe choice for number 3, right? But they're not number 3 because they're that good. It's just because everyone else is potentially worse on the day.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah.
Ben.
Jetting up.
EGTL FlyQuest.
Okay. So we are now into the second round of round robins, right?
Yeah.
So week 5.
My worst, my least favorite part of the entire show now.
I mean, it starts off with a banger game.
Yeah.
Yeah, CLG versus EG, which EG
EG
wants a revenge.
EG gets the revenge. I think EG definitely gets the revenge.
Ben?
Because what EG wasn't willing to play before, they're willing to play now.
I think EG kind of susses out. CLG is just not playing like they were before, and I think EG will take advantage of that. So, and the perma ban on Seraphine definitely helps.
EG.
I think even with the MSI brain fog, EG is still above everybody right now. Even though their one loss is against CLG, CLG hasn't shown that they can into this that they can hold their own against it.
Well, I mean, the whole thing before was just their drafting was really fucking good.
And I don't think
And-
CLG is playing that same level that they were at the beginning of the season. They have
No.
dumbed down.
Oh,
I,
so by the way, real quick, because I didn't hit on records. So I'm 27-18 with an asterisk because fuck Curtis. Or else I would have been 28-17 on my picks.
no, there's no asterisk. Sorry, that's just where it is, buddy.
Nope,
That's what I
asterisk.
heard him pick it.
We're
I
talking
heard him
about.
pick it.
I mean, the end is points, so it doesn't matter what the hell our actual
Yeah,
pick
I
rate is.
know.
Daisy, Penn, and Curtis, you are all tied at 26-19.
Had a really good day
But
one this week.
Penn is killing it in points.
Yeah.
He has
picked up
41
several
points. You could legitimately do the 10-point thing, drop down to 31, and earn
He's the big
like
league.
10 points back. Like you're still. Curtis has 34. I have 35, and Daisy has 37.
Yeah.
Which Curtis did win the swap when he swapped me to CLG.
He did. That was brutal, dude. That was brutal.
So, but yeah, Penn is
Points well spent.
killing it in points right now. Dude, you could spend.
That's only because of FlyQuest.
Yeah, but think about it. You could spend the 4 points, right, and be tied with Daisy at 37 points if we.
Yeah,
have
but
any
you know,
50-50s.
currently I'm not going to the Waffle House or whatever other punishment we come up with.
But that's the thing though. If we have a 50-50 that you're like, I want you guys to be fucked, you could spend the points and still be tied for first.
You know the worst part about this, by the way, is that the loser of this had to watch all these fucking games, all this crap league,
Do we?
and then they get punished afterwards.
Don't we
Ooh.
all lose, and then
We
one
all
person just
lose,
loses
but
harder?
some of us just lose harder. Exactly. Jesus.
So I'm just kind of going ahead and picking everybody's game too. I think even though
Immortals, right?
even though the rise
No, I
is
heard
happening,
it, but pinned down for Immortals.
I know the rise is happening, but I don't think the rise is going to continue against Team Liquid. It's
No,
game
TL.
2's TL Immortals.
I'm afraid. We'll just go TL.
You
If everyone's going TL, if everyone's gonna go TL, just go TL.
I mean, I'm going TL. I figured everybody else
If
would.
Immortals win this game, I'm gonna be kicking myself for a while because
Maybe TL will pull their heads out of their ass and perfect game them again.
Right.
It's like we can't beat anyone else, but we can beat you.
And we're gonna do it in the most dominant fashion, then lose day 2.
So even though I said this at the beginning of the year, that TSM is going to be the most 50-50 team, I think that is now more true than ever with their roster swap that happened.
Yep.
So game 3, 100 Thieves versus TSM. Now you did say, Daisy, that whatever happened with 100 Thieves the following week, that you were no longer riding the train, but they lost the FlyQuest, but then they won the second game against CLG.
No, it's TSM. I don't care. I don't care. Overwhelming evidence against it, that's fine. I don't care. I'm going TSM. Fuck 100 Thieves. Please, for the love of God, bury this team in the dirt. Holy shit, dude.
Curtis?
So tired of this.
I'm gonna take 100 on this one.
100.
TSM just it has been very prone to fucking up, and 100 Thieves
Well,
is
and
very
they
prone
have
to
a whole new
accepting
roster
that.
too, so it makes it even
Their
even more of
new
a coin flip.
roster's still fucked up.
Yeah, it's even more of a coin flip. Pen?
TSM.
TSM. All right, we got a 50-50 because I'm going
Team
100
Soda
Thieves.
mid. Give me Team Soda mid.
I am going 100 Thieves, so
Pin.
we get
We're gonna be
another swap?
50-50 rather. No, I'm not gonna swap them. Fuck that.
That's a sketchy game to be swapping people on.
That is like the most sketch game to do it on.
Like I'm just gonna spend 3 points here right quick.
I mean, we could have a 50-50 on game 4.
Which one's 4?
Cloud9
C9.
versus Dignitas.
I'm taking
Fuck.
Cloud9 on this one. I'm sticking to my guns that Dignitas is just garbage. And this last week just proved it.
Yeah,
Cloud9.
I have to take Cloud. How do you? It's Seraphine and Swain, man. How? Lucian Nami will save us. Fuck off.
Daisy is gonna ride this whole thing for the next week.
Year. I'm mad, man.
I'm already upset that they picked Lucian Nami, but the fact they did it and gave up Seraphine Swain is like.
So obviously they're gonna hype up EG versus CLG as the potential game
No.
of the week
No.
for
I
the LCS. But honestly, I
Game
feel
five's
Game
probably the best
5 could be the game of the week.
Give me the
think-
trees.
FlyQuest versus Golden Guardians.
We saving the trees. Give me FlyQuest.
We go FlyQuest. We stand FlyQuest in this house.
You know what?
You're going to Golden Guardians, aren't you?
I'm gonna go GG. I'm gonna take GG on this one. For no other reason than I need the fucking points on top
I
of
know,
GG.
right? Right?
Like-
It's so rough.
Like if there's a
Mm.
game I'm gonna get points on, that one's probably it.
Like 1 point in the grand scheme of things you're not worried about. Potential for 4 points though is huge.
Yeah, you changed to 4 points. I'm going FlyQuest.
Alright. I'll play it risky on that one.
Kurt's
Fine.
like, I would spend another 3. Like, I swear to God, I'll spend another 3.
Not on that one, I won't. I'm not positive it was worth on the last one, but like the fact that I can be like, yeah, you got fucked out of that one, kinda worth it.
No, with your CLG internal radar, you knew it was gonna happen.
Dude, this second round robin, these are some banger fucking games to start it off.
Oh?
Yeah, because day one, EG versus CLG,
Yeah.
TSM versus 100 Thieves, FlyQuest versus
FlyQuest.
Golden Guardians,
Yeah.
right? 3 decent games. I'm not counting TO Immortals
Yeah.
or Cloud9 Technicals.
Yeah, because Immortal's gonna fucking stomp.
Yeah, exactly. Game 2, we get to kick it off with TL versus CLG.
That one I'm not sure of. I almost
Dude,
want to flip a coin.
I'm gonna take my CLG boys on that one.
I lost the Ellis Island quarter. I can't find it.
I honestly think that no,
Shit.
I can't do that.
Okay, so if we go off of basic logic of TL, right? Super basic logic of how they've been performing.
Then
This should be their loss.
This should be their loss, right?
Give me the horse.
Fuck!
I am going TL. I think this is their first 2-0 since Super Week.
Screw you, CLG. I can't wrap my brain around this one.
Daisy, get the magic 8 ball. Ask it.
Hold on, I'm actually just gonna do coin flip on my phone. 1 second. Heads TL, tails CLG. Heads. Enjoy your porn, Kurt. God fucking damn.
TL? We just like
Yeah,
giving
TL,
Curtis all of the...
Dude, TL should win this game, but they
And
should have won a lot of
then
games.
We get
Getting Super
another...
Week vibes.
We get another game 2 banger. Cloud9 versus Golden Guardians.
Give me the Guardians.
This is just a gut pick for me. I'm taking Cloud9.
Cloud9.
I'm
Just a
taking
gut
Guardians.
And you
GG,
get your
baby.
shot at 4 points, Ben.
It worked with FlyQuest. Maybe I'll
Pick.
get lucky
is
again.
a better team than GG, but yep.
Cloud9's just got to figure something out. If they can't beat Golden Guardians, then
Then it's a doomed season.
I was
Yeah.
saying, but yeah, you say that, but Cloud9 and GG are tied for 6th.
Yeah, I
but
stand by what I said.
Cloud9 also holds the tiebreaker currently, so
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still a doomed season because
Yes.
like if Cloud9's not third, It is an absolute travesty, a complete failure for this team.
So I already know Daisy's pick for the game 3, even though it should be a good game. So I'm not going to ask Daisy. I'm just going to put it there for him. Penn, would you like EG or 100 Thieves?
Give me EG.
Curtis.
I'll take EG on this one. I gotta like they've just looked very clean. So I'll take
There's
EG.
no reason that they should lose. I think even if they lose day 1 against LG, there's no way that they don't go 1-1, right?
Yeah.
Especially since their only losses against CLG.
Yeah, and that was honestly just really good read from CLG and a bit of misplay from EG.
Yeah,
Like
and
both things
even EG versus TL, they look super good. And I mean, I just, like he said, the teams just aren't good enough for him right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So-
it's a unanimous EG on.
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah,
I
because it
just-
was 100 Thieves. So at this point, I'm never picking 100 Thieves for you.
Yeah, you'll just even like there will be like 2 weeks down the road. You'll be like, I'll take 100 Thieves against Immortals. You'll be like, nope, you said.
That'll be like a 50-50, and we're gonna be like, nope, fuck you.
No. I will just pick against 100 Thieves. That's fine. Like I just any 100 Thieves game, put me on the opposite side of the bracket. I don't care if they're guaranteed to win it. I don't care. On principle, right now, I will not do it.
I will point out
Speaking
next.
of,
I will point out they do play Dignitas and Immortals next.
And
week.
Dignitas will fucking steamroll that bitch.
Speaking of a unknown victory, game 4 is TSM versus Immortals.
That's not a game.
That's not guaranteed.
It's not, no, it's not. Unfortunately, I feel I forgot to pick TSM because Immortals is still a horrible team.
God damn it!
TSM has to be better than at least Immortals and Dignitas.
Guys, this is a fight for 8th place.
The copium has to be there for TSM to feel good about their season.
I
Place.
like this version of the team. I think if this version of the team had been there from the start, I would have liked the team a lot more.
So, do you go on TSM then?
TSM.
Ben?
TSM.
Kurt?
Every fiber of my being is saying go against Lake in day 2. So bad.
But he did well this time.
No, I'm gonna take TSM on this. I just can't bring myself to say Immortals is gonna win.
Wait, what? I didn't do good on day 2 last week or in week 4.
No, Lake
No, but this
hasn't
week
had
you
it.
did.
No, I only got 2 right.
You got 2 right out of the
Oh.
5. Yeah, no, he hasn't had a
that's
good
right.
day
Okay.
2 yet.
My day 1, I went 4-1. We all went, like Penn went 5-0, but we all went. Well, me and you went 4-1, and Curtis went 3-2.
I thought you oh, that's right, because you would have had one. You would have had a decent one, but
I
Kurt
would have,
switched
yeah, but Curtis
What are you
changed
talking
my
about?
pick.
It was funny though, because like I said, as soon as he switched over, I was like, "Well, enjoy your points, Kurt." And indeed, that's exactly what fucking happened, man.
And the last game, I feel like I know everybody's picks, but I feel I still got to say what it is. FlyQuest versus Dignitas.
At least better than an EG dig game, but yeah, I'm taking Fly on that one.
I'll take FlyQuest, but these are the games that
Get your points.
get you points.
Yeah, but the issue is, I don't
Blake, you could get these points.
No.
But can you
You
trust
think-
Dignitas to get you those
No.
points?
Please don't pick what we're picking, Blake. Please don't pick what we're picking.
FlyQuest.
No!
At least
Yeah,
they would-
Daisy, sick him.
Me and you are on top of each other on picks for day 2. I hope you're ready to go 1-4.
That's pretty much his record on day 2.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Which is sad because literally Lake leads us in actual like predictions.
Predictions, right?
Yeah.
I think next week I'll have the breakdown of by like day 1 versus day 2.
I don't actually want to
Since
know.
we're at the middle of the pack right now. First round robin. I think I honestly am super impressed with our overalls in the first place, right?
Yeah. Considering how things have gone, like I will say that I think a few of the upsets that have been predicted have been actually just predicted. Some of them happened partially just due to points.
I want to know the casters on NA. I want to know their predictions so far. I want to know what their scores are.
It's not good.
Because if we can at least say we
It's
did
not
better than the NA casting team, I'm proud of that.
Maybe we could get hired.
Yeah, is that could that be a stipulation? Like there is like a punishment for the person in the last, but if we all like beat the casters, maybe we just forego. That'd be like, yeah, no, like
They're
No,
better
we
than the
can't.
pros.
We have to. We can't back out on this. I know. I too agree that like watching the games may be punishment enough, but we got to figure out something.
I mean, I'll take my over 50% prediction rate right now.
Oh yeah, no. Considering everything that's happened,
Yeah.
holy crap!
All of the twists and turns and ups and downs and pick swappings. Yeah, you know who I'm looking at. I still wouldn't be in first on points, though. That's the other thing.
No. And we can't even just bitch about Kale this time.
No, Pen.
No, but Gale's what's keeping me in first place over you, Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one will pick them. We're gonna pieces of shit.
Hey, Echo will never show up either, so.
I'm more mad that I like flipped back and forth between Kog'Maw and Vayne, and Kog'Maw saw the play, but he did lose. So
Yeah, but
You at least would have got points. You would have got,
Yeah.
what was it, 2? Because it's 2 points if they get played,
Yes.
2 points if they win. So, out of 4. We will still need to do a Fogger draft for myself, Daisy, and Penn. That way we can see if we can get any points off of that. We just need to do one apiece since Curtis did his one already. Try to get an additional 4 points.
You know the best Fogger draft that would have been for me today? You guys should have just had
that
the
Swain game.
Swain Seraphine game, and I'm like, who the fuck is dumb enough to not draft this?
Right.
Unfortunately, you probably would have been like Dignitas is the only ones retarded.
Well,
enough
yeah,
to-
that would have been the obvious answer, because they're the only ones that like had that bad of a draft just in general.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Hey, what wildness can happen in the second round robin? I mean, we got 4 weeks left till playoffs now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about it, right? They had that break after week 3, which obviously they probably did it because of the 4th of July and let people have time off. They should have done it after this week. Let everybody kind of get a reset before the second round happens. That's just me, though. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That is not your slogan, bitch.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the button, ring the bell, do whatever you need to do so you can catch the next episodes of Bronzie Breakdown.
Buttons to be clicked. Click them.
I'll just say recommendation: don't watch them. Just listen to us. We'll tell you there.
We'll tell you how bad it was. Fine.
We'll save you the pain.
Just do it.
It's much easier that way. All right. Have a good night. Catch you on the next one.